play golf on Sunday, so I sometimes don't even see him play then. But if you'll watch him, he's a disruptor. You know what I mean? He may not be getting a sack, but he draws a double team a lot.
You're not wrong about that.
He may not get the sack, but he may hold up that lineman where a linebacker gets through or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just, like I said, don't think he's worth what they're paying him.
Right.
However, I do think that he is a difference maker.
I love your punctuations.
I'm all about
it. Comma.
Period.
Period. Oh, man. I can do that. There's certain ones I can't post in, so I gotta.
Where'd you get the Bill and Ted shirt? Or the Bill? No.
Tooth brought those last week.
Ted, right?
Yeah, I want that shirt in the corner. I'm considering just making that one disappear.
The Ice Cube shirt?
Nope, far corner.
Oh,
The corner. The real corner.
The Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah.
Who is that? Mr. White?
Mr. Blonde, Mr. White. What was?
What up, Facebook? What's up, Yvette? How are you, girl?
Big Vega.
That's right.
Harvey Keitel's quite the actor, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
What was that Denzel?
I mean, his work in Little Nicky alone is phenomenal.
Look at there.
Gangsters.
Who's that?
DC in the house.
I already turned my volume
Jump for
down.
joy.
There's a party over here. There's a party over there.
Wave your hands in the air.
Shake your dairy hair.
There it is.
Have you ever noticed it's these three words when you're getting busy? Well, there it is. Does anybody ever find anything wrong with the math there?
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
You okay?
I just don't get it.
I wonder if
What
there.
if it's is? Whoop, there it is.
Well, I mean, they've got to do something crazy and make it one word. I was sporting my.
Of course, maybe they're not
common
considering whoop a word.
Brandon Bork, Zach Roden.
Well, you're probably correct, Bradley. That's the only thing I could deduce as well when I was trying to ascertain
There
why.
There it is one word.
There it.
There it. Whoop. There it.
Now, is it
Is.
is it is or tis?
There it is.
Tis.
Whoop, there it is.
There it is.
I don't think it's tis.
Whoop, there.
I don't think it is.
I like tis.
There it is.
I don't think it is. I don't think it.
I think it's whoop. There it is.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
All right, y'all ready to do this?
I was waiting on Travis.
Oh, we're waiting on you.
Well, I'm here.
You are here.
Surprise.
All right, everybody, welcome to the
Next episode.
of the Everyday Joe Show. I'm your host, Lee Travis Reed. You might have heard of me before.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, indubitably.
Indubitably.
What's up, Christian? Brandon, Tupac or Biggie, let's get to it. We'll get there.
Dang.
Whoa! Don't
He's
just
coming
go
hard
straight
out
for the
the gate.
Yeah,
man.
man, Brandon,
I mean,
calm
East
down,
Coast,
buddy.
West Coast, he's coming out like a gangster.
Got to warm her up a little bit, bub.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he's going to get us kicked off Facebook with that topic.
If everybody could just disperse this amongst their friends collectively. That would be really
Great.
excellent.
Our twinsies.
Huh.
Well, again, yeah.
I'll be darned.
How about that? All right, guys, here we are. Music edition. We just did this a couple weeks ago. The sports didn't line up, so we said, hey, you know what? Let's do sports. Music.
There you go.
Then we were talking about sports before we started, which is kind of odd.
I was
But-
all geared up to do sports. When you talk, of course, I'm not your go-to guy for sports. I was like, hey, man, we do football. I can talk for an hour about football.
Yeah, I was like, I wasn't feeling
Bradley,
it.
you could talk for an hour about just about anything. I feel like you're like Charlie from the Farm Bureau commercials.
And for about an hour, what do they say in AA? I can fake it till we make it.
That's right. That's right.
Entertain someone's interest in conversation at least for an hour on almost any subject.
But ask my ex-wife, after an hour, I run out of steam and I'm no fun anymore.
She told me it was way less than an hour. You understand?
It depends on what you're talking about.
That's what she
I thought about talking.
Wait, you went dirty.
No, it's wherever your head's at, bull.
It's dirty.
It's dirty.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
well,
dirty.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an innuendo in there.
That's
There
right.
was.
Yeah, there's no windows in here. They're all covered up. Yeah. All right, guys, so we're going to do a music episode now. We're going to talk 90s rap.
Say what? Say what?
Yeah, 90s rap. All right, so tonight we got Tooth. How are you, sir?
Not so bad. How are you now?
I was better, but I got over it.
Well, that happens.
Yeah, it does. What you got in that bottle?
23 flavors of awesome.
Man, you just went back to normal, huh?
Well, I mean, it's the best way to go.
It really is.
Sometimes normal is okay.
It is. What flavors you getting tonight?
Man, 7.
7? Wow.
Straight 7 tonight.
Wow.
7s.
You talking about whiskey, ain't you?
Man, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That even rare.
Oh, yeah, Eagle Rare.
That's what I said.
Yeah, Eagle Claw. What's up, Megan?
No, it's Eagle Rare.
Yeah, it's Eagle Rare. I call it Claw, though. That was good stuff.
That Pappy Van Winkle. We could do this all night.
Man.
Who else is here?
Well, thank you for being here. Eli Kidder made a rare Tuesday appearance. How are you, sir?
I can't call it.
You can't call it. I love that one.
That's one of my favorites.
I absolutely love that
And
one.
I never think to say it,
Can't call it.
but it is one of my favorites. And when T.I. says it in that movie where they're stealing from like Robin Banks or whatever,
Yeah.
can't call it, gentlemen. It's the cool. I was like, I never wanted to be somebody more than I did right then.
I
Yes.
see it in a completely different dynamic than you.
Yeah. So, the old guys come in the parts store.
Yeah, a guy with a mullet and jorts,
I can't
Cigarette
call
hanging
it.
out of his
Can't
mouth. Hadn't been
call
ashed
it.
since he lit it.
like an old NASCAR T-shirt.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
driver doesn't even drive anymore.
What's up, West Boone? Hope you're doing good, buddy.
He got it to Goodwill. He still likes NASCAR.
Yeah, or maybe like a
Raise Hell, Praise Dale shirt.
yeah, something like that.
Or the old Dickie shirt with
That-
the name
that
tag
is
that
my
just says
favorite.
Bob.
Yeah. He got fired from that job 20 years ago. Still
He's
got the
still
shirt.
wearing it.
Yeah.
You can barely understand what he says when he says, "Can't call it. I can't call it."
Can't
Yeah,
call
call it, man. Right on, Bill, go over here. Well, what are you drinking tonight?
Do what?
What are you drinking over there?
Water.
Water? You still no drinking during the week? Or a little bit less?
I'm revisiting not drinking during the week. I did well for a while.
Revisiting.
I fell off the wagon a bit,
Yeah.
and now I'm going to
Got
try
drugged
it again.
behind it a little while.
Well, yeah,
I like how you said revisiting. I like that.
yeah. I'm revisiting that.
Yeah.
I'm about to revisit thinking about working out too. I'm
Are you? Oh, man.
not going to do it. I'm just going to think about it.
Well, that's.
Baby steps.
You're going to
Yeah.
revisit thinking about it. You're not even going to think about it right away.
That's true.
Well,
What up, yo?
how are you, sir?
Man, I am well. How are you?
I am fabulous.
What about that?
He is. I mean,
Hit that. Love it. What's up,
I like it
Gerald?
better when you do the other thing.
I am Travulous.
I think it'd be cool if you would just do Travulous instead of the Fabulous then Travulous.
I get to do it twice then.
But it's not the same.
I know it's more microphone time.
Tooth, he really likes to talk.
I love it.
know.
I started a podcast because of it. What are you drinking, Bull?
I am having, I'm in between choices right now.
Are you?
It's not really a man-sized beer, but it's not a Travis Reed-sized beer.
Oh,
It's like Travis Reed
It's
on
an
a
in
stool.
between size beer.
in between.
It's Travis Reed on a stool.
Hi, cuz.
Okay, I like that.
That's what I'll call it. Travis
Cousin
Reed on
Tony
a
Gerald's
stool.
watching.
I like it. Well, thanks for being here and doing what you do.
Excited about tonight.
I appreciate you bulldoosing.
Yes.
Button pusher extraordinaire.
Yes.
Can I say how badly I wish Bull was on camera? Because I am not making a joke. I am really jealous of that flannel.
It's fly.
I mean,
It's just black and white flannel. Looks good.
you look
It's-
actually kind of put together. I mean, like more so than I've seen him in probably, I don't know,
He had a meeting this morning.
3 months.
Of course, he's naked from the waist down.
Yes.
I am.
As usual.
no pants.
No pants.
No pants.
Oh.
Well, none of you are going to catch me in the friend zone. That's all I know. I'm always ready.
There you have it.
Why did you start talking to him more?
He's locked and loaded.
If you'd have just been quiet and not talked to him, that wouldn't have happened. Hey, Bradley's here.
Not get caught in the friend zone.
Oh, good to know. Hey, Bradley.
Hello, hello.
How are you, buddy?
I'm here. I'm good.
That's right.
See, 3 weeks in a row, man.
Now,
3
now.
weeks.
I'm enjoying it. I
Yeah,
like
man.
it. That's,
We like you being here.
Tuesday nights is always
Megan.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I never have my kids on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so I'm pretty dependable those 2 nights.
Heck yeah, man. What do you got to drink?
Water.
Water. You got
I think I got the Dollar General brand this
Look
go
at Clover
around.
Valley. What's
Yellow Clover Valley.
Hey, I like Clover Valley. That's good water.
I mean, it's solid quality H2O.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Do you guys feel that there's a different taste to water? We may have discussed this before, but
I don't.
nor do I. My wife, she says there is definitely a difference in the taste of bottled waters.
I'll go to.
Kim says the same.
I'll go visit with Lee and Jessica, and of course they're a little more. They have a little more refined taste than I do, and Lee will pull out a bottle of water and goes, "Here, man, try this. This is some good stuff." And I'm just like, "It's water. It's
Tastes just like that Clover Valley to me, bub.
water.
Yeah, like the Dasani it's double osmosis or whatever. It tastes different because of its filtration
Now
capacity. It has nitrogen in it too.
I've been delving
bottles.
into the seltzers, you know, like the little bit of bubbly, a little bit of ginger ale, something with a little more fizz, so I can hear that when I open it. Now I can talk at length about that. But when it comes to bottled water, it's all the same.
I disagree. I'm going to say most bottled water is pretty much the same to me, but I've had a few that I will genuinely say, this definitely does not taste the same as a bottle of Dasani or Clover Valley.
Really?
Like Voss water, I think is just, I don't know, amazing. It's amazing.
Smart water's pretty good.
Yeah.
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 But I am having a tiny bomb
Well, I was
tonight.
going to ask you, but you don't ever give me a chance.
I know.
You have no faith.
I don't like it.
That's a Pilsner, isn't it?
It is a Pilsner.
Who cares, Travis?
Just forget it.
How's it taste? What's it taste like?
It tastes like a tiny bomb.
Just an explosion in your mouth.
Well, that's scary. Woo, y'all on the same wavelength. Golly. All right, guys. Great show on Thursday, man. Lisa was spectacular. That was amazing. We got to try some great whiskey.
Yeah, we did.
Some amazingly fantabulous, travulous, crazy great whiskeys.
Yeah, the Weller 12, and then we got to try the Pappy Van Winkle, which I never thought in my life I would ever get to even have a drink of
I
that.
pinched myself twice that night.
Did you? For that or for other reasons?
Just to make sure I wasn't dreaming.
Oh, okay. Well, it was good. And she got us a sweet
Signed.
autographed bottle of the George Dickel Reserve 17, the barrel she found in the back when she was at Dickel.
That bottle's from 2016 also.
Yeah.
It's to the Everyday Joe
It's
Show.
to the Everyday Joe Show. She dated the bottle.
Yep. And she said, go ahead and drink it. And we're like, no. She's like, just fill it back up with sweet tea. And I'm like, I'm not wasting my sugar on that. I'll put unsweet tea in there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But do you see how nicely sealed? It's got this foil wrapper around the top.
May I see the bottle?
You may see the bottle, Eli.
See, when I fall off the wagon, I'm going straight for that bottle. I'm going to do it right.
Great choice, Bradley. Great
Eli,
choice.
I do want you to know the Pappy Van Winkle was not what you would consider smooth. Not what you would consider smooth.
Now the Weller 12.
But the Weller, I will say, and the Eagle Rare, I think you would definitely consider it smooth.
Oh, heck.
I believe that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give me a ball of Pappy Van Winkle.
Yeah.
I wish you would.
About 2,500.
You want me to throw in? I could put a little on it. Yeah. You take a post
I can buy the cap.
Like Big Al that said, "I will not drink Deer Park." I just glanced over and saw that. That made me laugh.
What's up, Jeremy Davis?
I've seen studies on these waters that show different levels of plastic or other
Plastic.
I will
unnatural additives that you might not want to consume.
I will tell you this, and in keeping with Big Al Hollitt's remark there, I won't buy a case of water based on the bottle, because I want the bottle to sit on the table and sit
Yep,
upright.
stand up
Some
straight.
of those have these cheap ass bottles, and the bottoms get all crooked, and they you can't sit them upright. I want to be able to twist the top, sit it on my recliner, not worry about standing up too fast and it just falling
I'll
off
tell you
kilter
how it
and
happens,
spilling
too.
everywhere. It does. That's no joke.
It does happen,
Communism.
but I'll tell you
That's
how
how
it
it
happens.
happens.
No, that's not correct. It's where they stack the pallets. And these bottles are recycled plastic as it is, and they're thinner and thinner and thinner so they can be more conservative of our planet, which is great. But when you start stacking pallets of them on top of each other, they're not built to yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
What?
Sustain.
To
That's much weight.
sustain such weight.
I will tell you something that you shouldn't do either of you, especially like at the Circle K's and whatnot. When you pull up and they've got the big pallets of water sitting outside in the sun, that is not good.
That's a
Yeah.
bad idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that sun heats it up.
And it releases some kind of chemical in
Yeah.
the bottle. doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, but that's
hear
not
that.
good.
Appreciate it, Jeremy.
Well, it
Thank you
also
very much,
makes your
brother.
water angry.
It can make you die.
It could.
Yep.
Give you runs.
Shit, I hope not, because we used to get them all the time on the way to softball tournament when we're not prepared. And I'm like, well, we need water. So I'd go in and get me a 12-pack of beer and some water.
Well, yeah, because you had to have the beer.
Well, you put the water on top so it hides the beer that you've got, filling
Exactly.
75% of your cooler.
So that was so we got some great whiskey, great stories. That chick, man, worked from the ground up, made it where she's at today. Great story, man. So congrats to her.
Hey, congratulations.
Sad news: Hal Ketchum apparently passed away today.
What?
Really?
Yeah. Small town Saturday night, some country singer. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah, passed away. I saw it on the Facebook before we started here.
Well, rest in peace.
Yeah. Also, today's the anniversary of Freddie Mercury's death, 1991. So, bad day.
What else sad you got for us?
Yeah, could you bring us down any further?
No, man. That's about
Don't
it.
bring me down.
Down. All right, guys. Tonight we're talking about 90s rap. Now, Tooth chose this one, as he does all the music shows. And I was a little scared
I
because
chose it from options, and I had to pick from options that was hard to choose from.
it was. The other one, though, you're right. The other one is going to need some homework.
And it was brought up by Bradley.
True.
And I wanted to do the debut albums.
Oh,
but
okay,
I'm
yeah.
not ready. I need a little more. I don't know every band I love's debut album, or I don't know whether or not this really is their debut album.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to make sure I'm not speaking falsely.
Oh, yeah, no.
Can't be talking tales.
That'd be a
tales
fun
out of
one,
school.
You can't, if somebody on here was an idiot and said that Sly and the Family Stone did the first rap song,
That's right.
and it was Sugar Hill Gang.
Well, yeah, we corrected you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was stupid on my part.
Very quickly.
So I have notes now, so I don't mess
Sitting
that
over
up.
here like, what? Didn't what
Yeah.
happened?
Stupid. I wasn't even drunk. I had 2 beers. I was just stupid.
Eli's over there
comment-
going, that's why I don't come to the music shows.
That comment made Eli
conversations
roll
just
his
like
sleeves
this.
up. He's like, "What'd you just say?"
I have to jerk a log off fire back here. It's getting
It's
hooked.
getting a little toasty.
It is. So 90s rap, I mean, that was all of our wheelhouses right there, because that's when we were, becoming formidable young men. And we all hung out with an eclectic group of friends, to say the least. And everybody had different music styles. Even when, say, you hung out with this person, well, they would listen to rock, well, they would listen to rap as well, but it would be different. So you get in the car with Bull, and you're just like Outkast, Biggie, doing the fist pump with Bull. You get in the car with Justin Turner, and it's Too Short. That man loved him some Too Short. I was telling Bull, me and him got an argument one time, pretty heated argument, that he said that Too Short made more money than Kiss.
What?
I remember.
Yeah.
Why do I remember you telling me about this years ago?
Oh, yeah. And I was like,
You were angry.
what?
Like, you're
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was pretty heated.
Well, he was pimping them hoes.
It
So,
was.
I mean,
I'd have to
Did he
say
say
that that's
music?
wrong.
Way wrong.
I didn't research it. But just off the top of my head, I have to say that just doesn't. I mean, if you wanted to argue, maybe Dre has made more money than Kiss, but not
That's
too
a strong.
short. Yeah, Dre's close to being a billionaire.
you
But
don't know how many hoes he was pimping.
I know how
that's
many
true.
hoes-
I
Just with
don't.
his
Again,
music?
that's why I'm not. That's why I'm saying I think, because I'm not familiar with Too Short's pimping game.
All I know is the pimping game is strong.
That's right.
Yeah.
It pays well.
Now, Paco, I did say car. It was the van, but we also listened to a lot of Outkast and the Mustangs. That's where I learned, Rosa Parks and that song. Which,
All the players came.
yeah. So and then like if you, as strange as it is, you ride in Gator. When he had his like '88, Toyota 4-wheel drive, we got snakeskin cowboy boots on, and we're listening to Tupac all day, every day. It's just, and then you get with Eli and you listen to Bone. In the Volkswagen,
Or R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
In the Jeep,
I want to piss on you.
drip, drip, drip.
Close your eyes, show me your face.
And it was funny. My introduction to rap and the person that schooled me the most on rap was Big Germ.
Really?
I loved it, and because when he had that Big Germ had the big massive Bible of CDs, and you'd flip through, and the first half of it would all be metal, and I mean metal, Sepultura and King Diamond. I mean, Big Germ, Slayer.
I've never heard of.
And then you'd get about halfway through there, and then all of a sudden it's flip over to NWA, Cypress Hill, Outkast, and Big Germ. I mean, he knew as much about the 90s gangster rap, especially, as he did about the heavy metal. And that's where I literally got the bulk of my rap knowledge starting off was with Big Germ. If he had it, I knew what it was. If he didn't have it, then I didn't know what it was. But
If he didn't have it, it probably wasn't worth knowing.
yeah, Ice Cube. I mean, that was Jeremy. I mean, he at least in his mind, when he got into it, he bought the good stuff. There was no Vanilla Ice in that CD case. It was.
Whoa, why are you knocking Ice?
Oh, we're gonna get to that. I'm not.
And when Bradley says a gigantic thing of CDs,
He means the Bible.
dude, this thing was.
And the page,
Oh, my
it wasn't,
God.
and they had four on one, and then you just flipped the page over, and there was 4 on back. It wasn't just like, it was double sided, and he had that sucker where you couldn't even
You could
zip
probably
it.
add pages, and you probably couldn't add any more to his. That's crazy.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
Think about it now. We can have all that music on a thumb drive.
Oh yeah,
Ain't that
right
crazy?
here. I got it all right here.
Yeah. Bull's got it all in his noggin.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was a good time for rap because it, with the late '80s, NWA kind of made it a little bit, commercially acceptable, if you will. With the kids, even 2 Live Crew kind of that was some of my introduction to rap was 2 Live Crew, which was not acceptable for a 12-year-old, but
It was fun to listen to.
you dang right it was.
It's very fun to listen
Still
to.
fun to listen to.
Us
Call me
Oh,
like-
listen.
Mommy, love you long time.
Oh, I love the album covers. Those and the liner notes in 2 Live Crews. Those were great.
Well, you know what was
Fat.
cool about rap than when my limited amount of research I was able to do is that if you looked at rap in the 90s, that and rock, they mirrored each other.
Yes.
Because late 80s, early 90s rap, much like late 80s, early 90s rock, a lot of fun. MC Hammer, Vanilla Ice, Poison, Warrant. And then as grunge kicked in, which was darker, edgier, more serious, along came Death Row, Bad Boy Records, and Dre, Tupac, Biggie, and many more that kind of took it more that gangster, darker side.
Suge Knight.
And they literally just went hand in hand. They followed each other through the 90s, where you started off fun and just got more darker and serious as it went on.
Yeah, it was all about the videos are all the same: money, women, and cars.
And as
It was hair metal.
and as again, as the grunge alternative bands, they started dropping left and right because of heroin. These guys were killing each other. I mean, we had major superstars, which we'll get into, get killed, get murdered. I mean, big time,
Murder,
big
death,
names,
kill. Stacy.
or on trial for murder.
Yeah, several of them did for sure.
Murder was the case.
Said the
they
game.
gave
Oh,
me.
Calvin, man, he was on it.
On his way to Chino, rolling on the Grey Goose.
That was, and I'm not the biggest rap fan, but when I was going through a lit,
You're very little.
yeah. I'm not that. I'm short.
You're a tiny rap fan.
I'm not tiny, but by no means.
I don't know. Tiny's a good word.
Jury's still out.
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah, that, yeah. I'm short, but I mean, I'm 200.
It ain't long, but it's skinny.
That's right. I'm 245 pounds. I'm not
Twisted
small.
Steel and Sex Appeal.
That's
Come
right.
on.
That's right. Neither of those. That's right.
Aaron Carmen, would somebody stop him, please?
I just want to know who killed Biggie and Tupac.
Body count. Jennifer Griffin West. Yes.
Government.
Yeah, Christian. Yeah, what about the rock rap combos? Beastie Boys, Linkin Park, Biohazard, and Public
Korn.
Enemy.
Oh yeah.
That's some good stuff right there.
Limp Bizkit.
But yeah, it was a good time because that kind of ushered in the gangster rap thing, and man, it exploded here, huge. Everybody was listening to it. Snoop and Dre and everything, and it was it took over. I think it did. In my
in the
opinion.
continental United States.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, whenever the Southern hip hop got
Hick.
on the map, no hip.
Oh, hip.
When Southern hip hop got on the map, it dominated all other hip hop. Period. The South dominated.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because the hip hop artist in the South is what changed the face of the music industry. Like what they did out of New Orleans, like
Get the
Master
track
P.
running like a nosebleed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I mean, Master P, and then No Limit. No Limit, and then
No Limit was huge.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I mean,
gigantic.
they changed
on
the
wrestling.
face of how the music industry worked, and then of course. Baby and Manny Fresh, they all come up and they followed somewhat of the same model, and they just learned from what Master P and them did at No Limit and took it to a whole different level. So
I'm a No Limit soldier.
Man, we getting a lot of comments here.
Yes, there was women. We're not going to leave the women out.
Yeah, we
yo.
got that. Queen Latifah, that's my top celebrity crush is Queen Latifah.
MC Light is.
I didn't know we had that in common. I mean,
Really?
we've talked about we both think she's a very attractive woman.
Fire as hot.
But I think she's fire, and I would lay down on coals for her.
One like to lay you down.
Kim
lay you
knows that.
down
She
and
knows it
softly
about me.
whisper. I sing a little Conway Twitty with Four and Son
Pretty
Cheap.
love words in his ear.
Man, that's right. Tony Gerald, De La Soul. That was some pretty good stuff. I believe that was.
Man, De La Soul did a killer song on Judgment Night with who's the band they did? Who's the rock band? But that Judgment Night soundtrack, we talked about that on the show before.
Was it like Anthrax or something like that?
No, it wasn't Anthrax.
Because Anthrax was on that album.
Yeah, but they were, and then of course Slayer had one with Ice T. But I can hear this. I know how the De La. I'm not going to sing. I'm sure as heck not singing live. But I can hear the song in my head. But it wasn't a heavy song. The song they did was not heavy. That's why I cannot remember. It might have been Sonic Youth. That might have been who they did their song with.
You know what? I wish we had a machine that allowed us to look that up.
Yeah.
Well, I hate cheating. I always feel like I'm cheating when I look it up right off the bat because I know it.
What's up, Cam?
That's just too much to remember.
Jeremy Davis, he come up with one. He said Ice-T, Master P, Mystical. You remember Paperboy? Diddy. Remember that one? Oh, man, I forgot about that one until just me out. 1, 2,
3 6 Mafia. Hey, I'll tell you what. And I saw somebody threw that up there. Sarah and I were at Memphis in May. And we were walking by. It was early afternoon. It was 4 or 5 o'clock. I mean, the headliners played when it got dark. But all of a sudden, they're on the middle stage because the way their stages line up, there's a walkway, and there's just it's not spread out like this. It's just 1, 2, and 3. You just walk back and forth. And I just noticed this massive crowd in front of this one stage, and I was like, I wonder who's fixing to play. And Sarah said, "Oh, it's 3 6 Mafia." I'd heard that name, but I didn't know. I just assumed they were kind of like a little, they were from Memphis. They were just kind of a thing, but not huge. Biggest crowd I'd ever seen at Memphis in May. I've been several times. I mean, there was a massive crowd early afternoon for them, and that crowd knew every single song those guys played.
Wow!
I mean, not being a big rap fan, especially since I had no clue who they were. I watched the whole show. We stopped and checked it out. It's just like, well, heck, I need to see this. I'm here, and this is obviously a thing. But they were good. The way they. Their delivery. They were hard. They were hard, and I like that.
It was simple as well. It was very simple. It was very melodic, very cadency. I mean,
and that's why I always liked Chuck D from Public Enemy because he was hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that.
Brandon Bork said Motorhead did a song with Ice-T, Born to Raise Hell. I did not know that. Do you know that?
Ice-T always was on the edgy.
Born to Raise Hell was a Motorhead song, and then they re-recorded it with Ice-T.
Yeah, cool.
Stop! Don't read Jay Gross because he's stealing my shit. Don't even read Jay Gross stuff out loud. Jay Gross, stop commenting. He's stealing my stuff.
It was a good time in music. Everybody was listening to rap in the 90s. Not. I guess, start off with me, the LL Cool J kind of ushered it in, with
Mama Gonna Knock You Out.
Love that one. That was a fire song.
When he did that on Unplugged, I mean, that's pretty cool. I was like, how's he going to pull off Unplugged? But he did a good job.
But I guess one of my favorite was Ice Cube.
Today was a good day.
You know what day that was?
Well, I don't know.
January 20th, 1992.
It was the 20th.
Somebody did some research on that. I'm sure everybody's seen the memes. It was the Lakers beat the Supersonics. The air quality in LA was okay. Wasn't bad.
Nobody got shot that day.
Nobody got shot.
Killed that day. There was no 187s.
Yeah.
He didn't have to use his AK.
Yep. Mom cooked breakfast with no hogs.
The Lakers beat the Supersonics.
Yo, you just become a hip hop aficionado there.
Yeah, that's research.
Well, he didn't do the research.
Oh, okay. All right. But he read a meme.
You read a meme.
That's the same thing.
There you go, Eli. Thank you.
Memes are completely accurate.
Yeah.
Well, that one is.
Hey, I've read that though. You're correct about your date.
Yeah. Well, that was a killer song. I mean, that was I think it was released in '92. So I was 14, I guess, and that was a killer song. It had a good beat to it. But my all-time favorite Ice Cube song is No Vaseline. That song makes you want to just hit somebody in the mouth. Because I'm telling you, man, when I watched Straight Outta Compton, I watched that movie. I was gangster for about 2-3 days.
It happens.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
honestly, yeah, 100%. You got to drink when you say that now.
I'll chug this whole thing.
I'm just kidding, Jay Grow. You can comment all you want.
I'm on a budget, man. I got to conserve my water.
So when I watched Straight Outta Compton, which would have been a good movie, even if that was just a make, you know what I mean? That wasn't a true story. That was a really good movie. And then when they got into that, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot about that song. And that's just, I love that song. I want to fire somebody up right in the head. Just,
Well, I listened to a podcast called Disgraceland, and they pick an artist and they do a little 30, 45-minute show each week just about the darker side, not all the fun and games, but some of the darker stuff in their career. And one of the episodes they did was on Ice Cube. And I realized I knew Today Was a Good Day. I knew No Vaseline. I knew more NWA stuff. And I got on a massive Ice Cube kick for about a week where I just listened to him all the time. And I realized how much I liked him, and I realized how many songs he had that were good that I knew. I just never really, you always heard him on in the background at a party or something. But he's good. Yeah. But I like him. And again, same reason, his delivery. He's just got that.
yeah.
He hard.
Yeah, he's hard.
He is hard. I like it. For sure. Yep. Ice Cube and Korn. Aaron's when did ICP come on the scene? A girl group. I don't know if I've ever heard of
They
them.
were in the 90s. ICP was in the 90s, and it's not a girl group.
Yeah,
Pretty
Matt Asher come back from basic training, and he was all about some ICP.
Man, that's junk. Terrible. Terrible.
I don't know much about them.
I don't know that I know one of their songs.
Who's going chicken hunting? We's going chicken hunting. I know a little bit about them. Huh?
It's fun.
What do white
it's
people
fun.
eat? Caviar? No. Bullets.
Tony Gerald, Salt and Pepper, another group that's
Salt and pepper's here.
fire. So Spinderella to me was the hottest one.
So what are we doing?
Well, we're going to you, man. Calm down.
Okay, well, I mean, I've been waiting forever.
I just now got to tell mine, and then you were talking.
Oh, what are we doing?
I don't know. I'm waiting on drivers.
About 90s music.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
all right, Tooth, go for it.
I'm just waiting to say it. I'm just waiting to say it so that Josh doesn't do it again. 8-Ball and MJG. Like, they were, I'm pretty sure Bull showed me 8-Ball and MJG, but they were coming hard. And I mean,
Coming out hard.
coming out real hard. My favorite though is Pay Dues. That's my jam.
my
I can go back and
gosh.
just that high. What is it? You know what I'm trying to say. What's his name?
CeeLo.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
CeeLo Green in the back.
CeeLo
It's-
Green, baby.
Oh my God! It's give you like chills and the hairs on your
man,
neck will
all the
stand
way.
up. That's a good tune.
Well, and plus, like, it's an amazing
The story, but
the story about
That's some
coming
real-
up to pay your dues, and it's telling the
Yes.
story, about sweeping up after closing down the restaurant because they was working in there because they didn't want to get locked up with the rest of the grind because they were trying to make it and break it. So MJG, man,
all I know is the bills done
so
got cut
underrated.
off if the dues one pie. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Oh man,
Yeah, I do
tune.
know what you're saying.
It's a good tune.
Have you heard any MJG and 8-Ball and MJG, Bradley?
I've heard them, but again, you're going deep on me with them.
Well, I mean, that's
I
Tennessee.
guarantee you can play them, and I would be like, oh yeah,
Again,
I know that
it's
song.
Tennessee boys that changed the face of the entire game.
Memphis, baby.
And I'll tell you, you want to know who I'm
Orange
pretty.
Mound,
You want to know
nonetheless.
where I'm almost positive I heard the most of them was with Scott McBride. I'm pretty sure he had.
Really?
Oh yeah, Scotty Mac likes some rap.
And there you
Or
go.
I'm not sure if he did or Krista did, and then he'd take to some of it and be like, "Man, check this out," and he'd throw it in his truck when he's going to get beer.
Well, but I mean, 8-Ball and MJG, they had such a unique style because of the Memphis swagger. I mean, it was just,
Exactly.
that Memphis swagger, and plus it was so much. They were eclectic, but the way their deliverance, their cadence, 8-Ball, the way he told a story, MJG, the way his cadence and delivery.
The way they played off each other.
Oh my gosh,
It
phenomenal.
it was beauty. But I have to agree with Travis real quick. I want to say, if I'm talking about how it started, if I'm thinking of the first rap song I remember hearing, I mean, besides the Sugar Hill Gang, which my uncle used to wear
It
out,
was sly, man.
whatever. Just forget it, Travis.
Just
But seriously, I was like you. Ice Cube. When Today Was a Good Day came out, that's when I was like, this is cool. I really like this. This has got a good little flow going on. I dig this. This is neat. And I really kind of didn't dig into a whole lot right there at first. I started listening to Ice Cube, and you had Snoop Dogg coming out a little while later, and I listened to the mainstream rap that was on the MTV because I was watching videos. But it was later that I actually started meeting people like you, Bull, that had some knowledge and deeper than just what was mainstream. And it would be like, hey, check these cats out. Go back in time a minute and check this out. So,
I watched a quick, it was like a 30-minute documentary on 90s hip hop on YouTube, and it began, and when they did this documentary, they talked to Ice Cube and Dr. Dre, and I shouldn't have to legitimize this guy, but it began. Please, You Can't Touch This came out in 1990, and they all say that's what set it off.
Man, I don't know a kid alive that didn't love MC Hammer.
And they talked about his videos and how his videos were these massive productions, and that's what They talked to Busta Rhymes. Again, Dr. Dre. Those guys, they were like, when they saw his videos, they wanted to take what they were doing and make it that big, flashy thing that would get them on MTV. But they all said, because
they want to make that money.
Most of those guys, 90s rap took off because of MC Hammer. He was the
leader.
We all knew him. We all know who MC Hammer is.
We had his pants.
Oh, I did.
Oh, yeah.
I used to jump off high things and think they would slow me down on the way down. It didn't work that way.
And I think it was Snoop Dogg. He said, and a lot of folks make fun of MC Hammer now. He goes, but that guy was hard. He goes, now he had this persona in the videos and in the public. He goes, but he would punch you in the mouth if you messed with him. He said he was the real deal. Yeah, said he was not to be trifled with.
Well, and he snapped. There at the end of his career, he went gangster. Yeah. So and he did it well. And that's it just confused everybody.
And that's what they were saying when he came out with that album. They said a lot of folks made fun of that, but they said that was more him in real life than the first couple albums and the persona that he had on MTV. They said, but that dude he was hard. But you didn't mess with him.
Did not know that.
I'd say that's probably my first rap song.
Yeah. Hammer?
Yeah, I would think so. Now that
you've brought that up in your perspective, that would probably be the first one I remember.
Yeah.
If it came out that early, because that'd been the first time.
Well,
I would consider that.
That came out early in 1990.
When did Good Day come out? 92?
Yeah.
92.
Well, that came out in 1990, and then also Vanilla Ice's To the Extreme came out later that year in September. So those are really the two first rap songs I really remember.
I was a huge Vanilla Ice fan. And legitimate, had the album, loved it, read the autobiography, Ice by Ice. And I don't like to read, but read that and was enjoyed it. I hate that he went all heavy and hard and tried to, be grunge metal.
Yeah, he tried to be Korn there for a minute.
Yeah.
Even worse than that. It was terrible.
I remember Johnny Lowry on that record, and he kept trying to get me to get into it. And I was like, dude, this sucks. I'm sorry.
But see, you talk about Hammer, doing the crossover, but it's like
we're talking about 90s. Now, we could delve back into the 80s and we could
No, but 90s, right? That's Public Enemy, man. That's 911 is a joke. It's 1990.
Yeah, no, I'm not arguing with that.
We're saying the first thing with us.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
So we're talking about what
quality rap. We're talking about
what popped
what got our interest.
Well, we get into that. I'm happy to get into public. I'm just talking about when that documentary started.
You just went off that. You went down on that. What start?
You said you can't. The documentary started with you can't begin to discuss 90s hip hop without talking about MC Hammer first.
Agreed.
I think Aaron Carmen's right, though. You can't forget that Milli Vanilli laid the groundwork for all of this.
All of
it. Well said.
Because MC Hammer brought, much like I was trying to say earlier,
Tony,
Poison, like Poison with Rock.
Made me jump.
They got it out there, and then these more serious, heavy, deeper artists came after. They got that into the mainstream. We got everybody rocking. It's like MC Hammer got everybody rapping.
Summertime.
And then these other guys started okay, we need more rap, we need more hip hop, and then get the Public Enemies, and of course Tupac's first album came out in '91. They started getting their comeuppance because of MC Hammer.
Well, I guess a fair statement would be in this conversation.
Yeah.
Is Hammer's success
In the '90s, which is what we're talking
the
about.
radio station
Yeah.
to
That's what I'm
play
saying.
a little bit more.
Yeah,
Because again,
he made it acceptable to play hip hop. And so then they started, it's like, man, these white kids are loving hip hop. We got to find more. And then they started digging, going, hey, Public Enemy's good. Hey, who's this new guy, Tupac? And then those guys started getting played. And it was because MC Hammer.
Yeah,
was
because
so
I mean,
famous.
like that was. I mean, once again, that was Humpty. That was a Humpty dance. That was Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
I mean,
Digital Underground.
so that's the Humpty dance. Thank you.
That's what you was trying to say when
That's
you were
what
like,
I
Humpty.
did.
Young,
Underground.
young,
That was 91.
young
But when you
MC.
out there,
Young MC.
Yeah, that was 89.
Shock G was out there doing his thing.
Yep.
Yeah, Young MC, the Bust a Move was in 89, and like even Tone Loc was 89. So they kind of.
Oh, I guess. Well, let's back up then.
All I want to do is a boom,
No. I mean,
boom.
yeah.
Rex
Even though we're
Effect.
talking about '90s, because everything you said though about Hammer opening up a larger door.
Yeah.
That is because Hammer opened the first door and NWA opened the second. That is
that was-
100% correct.
And then that's what I was going to talk about. Of course, I'm not trying to jump in here, but then it's kind of started rolling into the more serious stuff because right after that, is when Tupac and the Chronic. Tupac releases Tupacalypse and the Chronic comes out the very next year, and that's when the gangster rap really starts taking off.
yeah.
And about the time alternatives getting big and music just goes a completely different direction from the
mainstream that it had been.
Carrying clips.
just the fun. It was not a little more darker, a little more serious.
Yeah, they took away, White Snake and Poison and Loverboy and brought us
Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Soundgarden.
Yeah, exactly. So, Eli, you say Hammer probably in the 90s? Well, I guess now we go back.
We went 80s.
Yeah.
Because I can remember Tone Loc, listening to Tone Loc, they're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig some Tone Loc, the Fat Boys.
Yeah. I still got that tape in
I
one
have
of those
that
boxes
cassette
up
as
there.
well.
I can remember watching Disorderlies.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I still love one of my favorite movies this day.
Kid and Play.
Yeah, and you
Never
what-
listened to
Class
Kid and
act.
Play, but
Run DMC, like Chad Turner,
yeah.
Brandon Bork, and they did the thing. I first started with
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, Walk This Way.
Oh, yeah.
And, that was 87 ish,
Yeah, I
probably.
got Run DMC Mirror from the fair, when you popped the balloon.
Oh, yeah.
little
Yeah.
mirror picture.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I got Run DMC, and my parents didn't want me to have it.
Yeah, no.
Rap. I didn't even know who they were, I just thought it was cool.
Little did they know what you would become.
We're not against rap. We're not against rappers.
Now you're talking my language.
That's right. But yeah, I remember my cousin Brad McCullough. He had a LL Cool J vinyl album.
Yep.
We went up to his house. He lived 2 houses down from my grandma's, and up there he's like, "Man, you gotta check this out." I'm like, "Okay." And he throws in, "Mom gonna knock you out." I'm like, "Whoa, what is this?" It was different. It was all right, but still pretty cool.
What about Regulate? What about some Warren G?
That's right.
Oh, absolutely.
94. That's good stuff, man. Johnny Lowry's, what was it? I guess that would have been the Buick. What was that car? Was it a Buick?
It was a Regal.
It was a Buick, yeah.
I owned that Casingle.
The Casingle?
You got the single of that?
Absolutely.
Well, what started
Pretty
this for you
sure
in
we
the,
rode
in the
around the
90s?
hoopty and listened to it a few times, Eli.
What started Eli? Did he answer?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. What started Bull?
I mean,
What brought you into the rap game, homie?
oh my gosh.
What popped your rap cherry?
I want to say the very first thing that I remember hearing was
Good answer.
no, dadgummit. I want to make sure it was Tribe Called Quest. It was my cousin come down from Michigan, and he had a Tribe Called Quest record or tape. I'm sorry,
Cassette.
Well, that was high-
cassette.
that was
He had a
highfalutin.
Tribe Called Quest.
It was probably
cassette.
High Fidelity.
Good man.
And so I remember Willie had that because Willie was a skateboarder. And so they had different stuff, like they'd go from rock and all that. But whenever he broke out his skateboard, there while we were messing around. And yeah, I got to watch that. I keep forgetting we're not on radio.
Right. Thank God.
Yeah, I know.
Because you can't fuck mess on the radio.
You cannot. You just said it again.
Yeah.
But I remember him skating, and he brought out his boombox, and he put on Tribe Called Quest. And I heard that, and I was like,
This is lit.
I did not say that. I remember bobbing my head to it. And
So
I
this is
enjoyed
fire.
it. Yeah. And then the next thing, where it began to take off a little bit more was hanging out with Real. We heard a lot of different stuff, but I can remember it really crossing over for me was Snoop Dogg, Joey Sanders. We were in the gym at high school.
Doggy style?
Doggy style.
And Joey was
One of the
walking.
greatest albums ever.
Yeah, he was walking to the gym.
Steel.
And he was like, man, he goes, I was like, what are you listening to? And Joe was like, oh man, it's Snoop Dogg. You got to hear it. And so I listened to it, and that album was just bumping. That West Coast funk was just, it caught me. And then after that, I went back and listened to The Chronic and all that other stuff. And that's it. But Tribe Called Quest, Public Enemy, and then Doggy Style. That's sort of my progression. And then, of course, Rappin' Duke and all those other guys. So
I bought The Chronic and Doggy Style on the same occasion. First rap CDs I'd ever purchased.
Oh, yeah?
What was the name of
Two
the Sound
great.
Shop?
Yeah. Those are
Went
two
up to
great
this-
ones to have, too.
Oh, yeah.
At the
And
mall.
yeah, and they would sell you the explicit version. And Dave didn't care for that a whole lot.
I can imagine.
Yeah. He didn't like that.
Well, let me tell you how much my mom liked it when I would blare out my nuts off the Fat Boys.
Yeah, didn't like it at all, huh?
She didn't care for it.
My mom thought it was funny.
Well, she laughed about it later, but
Thank
she didn't
goodness.
care for it at first. She was like, "What are you listening to?" My
Lana,
nuts. Bum, ba-dum, bum.
Lana Matthews, one is black and one is white. And remember
I
that?
went for a jog. Woohoo! My nuts all around the block. I took no shortcut. So when I got home, I was dragging the floor. And my nuts was dragging all over the floor.
Lana Matthews Sane says Sir Mix-a-Lot's album Swass, first cassette, Hip Hop Soldier, got me in big trouble in sixth grade with my dad because it said a vicious MF'er. That'll get it done. We'll flash. He don't like it.
Get it.
Let's see here. Aaron, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh
Yeah.
Prince,
We
Summertime.
was talking about summertime earlier.
Man, that's a great tune. I actually had it on my list there.
My kids love Nightmare on My Street. I play that for them.
That's a good track.
Play your parents just don't understand.
I was fixing to say,
Yeah.
man, get out of my head.
Sorry.
Girls ain't nothing but trouble.
Girls ain't nothing but
You
trouble.
saw my
No
blinker,
truer words
bitch.
ever been spoken.
You remember that? You saw my blinker, bitch. That's a good one.
I was a real big fan of the Simpsons album. There was a lot of rap on that. When Bart Simpson would do some of his songs on there, he would rap.
I didn't know that.
You think
I don't remember that.
Okay, well, there
I
was
don't
one.
either.
Let's see.
I do not remember that at all.
He goes, he threw me inside Jake's barber shop. I said, please, sir, just a little off the top. Dude shaved me bare and gave me a lollipop. Now, on my head, there's nothing but stubble. Man, I hate being in deep, deep trouble. Yeah.
You just
Hell,
that.
you even remember that,
You're a
dude.
dope rapper.
You are. John Collins says UGK.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Matt McCarthy, NWA, a little bit before the 90s, but absolutely. They definitely paved the way to get them on the radio.
yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah, 100%.
100%.
So, Bradley, you said Hammer and Vanilla Ice was yours for...
Man, the first time I really, if we're going to go back to our first encounter, Anthrax and Public Enemy, Bring the Noise.
Bring the Noise,
That's,
yes, sir.
And I can remember reading interviews with Scott Ian especially, and they talked about how big of, how influenced they were by rap. And then when they did that song, which was all over Headbangers Ball, and later MTV, Total Request Live, whatever their afternoon video show was, that's what made me go listen to Public Enemy, because I thought that song was awesome. And like I said, I just liked the delivery. And so I was like, well, I'm going to check these guys out. And so, I mean, Public Enemy was probably, as far as legitimate rap anyway, like that wasn't being played on the radio, that's the first band I checked out. And of course, Big Germ owned a couple of their CDs, but yeah, Public Enemy was the first. But then MC Hammer, yeah, when him and Vanilla Ice, those songs, I mean, now Sammy, the Sammy you know now, was not the Sammy that I became friends with back then, and he was very much into hip hop and R&B, and so he had a lot of the more main, like the Missy Elliott's and the MC Hammers and the Vanilla Ices and the Mary J. Blige's and the
Snow.
but I got it. You know, Sam played. He turned me on to a lot of that. But like MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice was when I was like, that was on the radio and everybody liked them, so it was easy to get into that.
Guess we were like in 7th grade, I guess it was. I got the Hammer pants.
But the first album, I mean, the first CD that actually cassette that I ever owned, first rap CD I ever owned was The Chronic. I mean, I still to this day.
Who doesn't?
I mean, I was not embarrassed to listen to that. When I was in my car, I would put that in, and if you had a problem with it, I would defend that. Now, MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice, I even knew back then somebody was going to make fun of me for liking that. but The Chronic, I was like, hey, you got a problem with this? You don't need to hang out with me because we're not going to get along.
I'll listen
because
to
this is good.
And The Chronic 2001. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'll play both Chronics back to back in succession.
Forgot about Dre. That's
For the
an awesome
Chronic,
song.
I guess it came out like I remember. I want to say it's like Ray Nell or Chris Moore somebody had it at school at Westwood one day, and we're like, "What is this?" And then somebody got a hold of it and took it to the class I was in, and we started listening to it. I'm like, "What is this?" And then next thing I know, I'm trying to I didn't have enough money to buy the copy, so I burned it. The tape thing.
LimeWire.
Yeah. Well,
No, this is before.
No, I was doing the tapes.
Dubbed it. You dubbed
You
it.
had to put a piece of tape over the cassette corner.
Because of the security thing, because of the piracy thing.
Right. So I did that number. That's the only way I had. I had the Chronic, the original Chronic, which is a great, still to this day.
You know what's so funny?
It's a great album.
Is that when Nothing But a G Thing was popular on MTV, Lee still lived at home, and his parents, Lee Cox, his parents are very religious, and so like he, out of respect for his parents, he didn't buy a lot of explicit lyrics, CDs, and tapes and stuff because his mom didn't appreciate that.
That's kind of good.
But so, and I'm sure he knew it, but he never listened to the explicit version of Nothing But a G Thing. So he'd get in, and of course the lyrics would be completely different. He knew the MTV version, and we just always make fun of him for rapping along to the wrong lyrics because Jay would always make fun of him because he only knew the clean lyrics.
Hey, for the longest time, that's how I was with Today Was a Good Day. I only knew the clean version.
That's why Andrea, she knows all the Eminem songs, and she had to relearn them because
she knows the clean versions.
Yeah, she knows the clean versions. And J. Grow just kind of took it, but as he has all of our answers tonight.
Yeah, Jago just needs to stop.
But the next one I really remember listening to, and I actually bought this CD got bought for me. It was Naughty by Nature. OPP, that song was gigantic back. I guess I was in like 8th grade, I guess it was. And we took a trip to Washington, D.C., and I listened to that album the whole bus ride from Manchester to Washington, D.C.
I like later Naughty by Nature as well.
Oh,
like
yeah,
Femi
absolutely.
Flow, that was a good tune.
Yeah, but that first one, man, it was just that OPP, just the beat of it. The video was killer.
Was Hip Hop Hooray on that one? That was another one of theirs I remember.
I think it and OPP were on the same album.
I think it was on the same album.
But the whole album was really, I remember listening to, I just hit play, it would end, and I'd hit play again and just start listening over
And again,
and over.
that's
and over.
Tretch.
Yeah.
I mean, he's almost a lot of rappers give him as much credo as they do Rakim, and KRS-One and all those other guys.
Yeah.
I mean, they really
Everybody knows
do.
that, boy.
Yeah.
They give Eminem gives Tretch a lot
Absolutely.
of clout in regards to how his style was developed. And all
We
that.
getting there, Anthony. We getting there. Well, yeah, Jimmy Saw Smith. We done had a conversation about Two Live Crew. We got in trouble, or I got in trouble for having Two Live Crew CD.
Who caught you?
My mama.
I was about to say, Grand would have probably grabbed your ear. And,
Mama wasn't happy. Wasn't happy at all.
Oh.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know what this mess is, but better get out of my house. Yes, ma'am.
you just give it to Jerry.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know who did it, but
Yeah,
I got to
Gator.
give a shout out. Like somebody threw DJ Quick in there, and like if you are not a Quick fan, go back and listen to DJ Quick stuff.
It was Jimmy Hammond, our buddy from North Carolina.
Phenomenal. Quick is an amazing writer
Hey,
and producer.
Day Uno, another really great.
Day Uno, how do I get you to submit?
Maybelline Queen.
And the feed.
but you can't, hey Paco, you can't throw out De Uno and not go back to 701. That's all I'm going to say, man. Like, I mean, De Uno was after 701. So,
Day Uno's what we remember.
Yeah, that's what we remember.
well, I mean, yeah,
That's what I had a CD of.
C Money was talking about the 701 days.
I remember Onyx.
Yeah, Slam.
Yeah, I got Slam on my list.
I do too. We listened to that before we started.
Let the boys be boys.
And then somebody else threw out DOS Effects. Like, I mean, great.
Well, look, I was all about some Scarface coming up.
Yeah, I've got Ghetto Boys on my list because I remember Big Journey. That CD freaked me out. The one with Mine's Playing Tricks on Me. I had never,
The Diary?
Good Lord, it freaked me because I was young when I heard that, and they went into some graphic detail about doing very bad things on that CD, and that was before
Scarface, The Diary, homie.
No, he's talking about my mind, the original.
The
Mind
original
Playing
Mind
Tricks.
Yeah, on
Playing
Ghetto
Tricks.
Boys on their
By
first.
the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
that is
Scarface
that's
went
a
solo.
Dark, that's a dark album.
Oh, good Lord, it was.
There's some.
you can't speak on it.
You can't really even talk about
Yeah,
it.
well, not on this.
Not even on Facebook
Yeah.
Live.
So I need to check that out.
It's dark.
Marlon
it's
Elam.
dark.
Marlon Elam played that for me.
Marlon. He watches from time to time.
But no, I was a solo Scarface fan for sure. But now we were
It didn't-
talking about ladies earlier, and I was pretty big into like Da Brat.
The Brat. Yeah.
Lil Kim had a couple things, you know what I'm saying? But I never,
What about the baddest bitch?
I never really bought a rap CD or like I had the Fat Boys cassette and I had the Ice Cube cassette. And then I really didn't buy it. I would listen to it when I was with the people that I hung out with and listen to that. Or when I was watching MTV and, MTV Raps would be on. That would be when I'd catch it. I never really bought anything until Tupac. I bought Tupac and then I bought the Mystical album. I did buy some No Limit stuff.
That dude just scare me.
He's
But
aggressive.
Man, he is.
I didn't have I never owned a whole
Golly.
lot as far as cassettes and CDs in the rap world.
Tupac was when I started realizing, I started noticing, guys that I spent a lot of time with that listened to a lot of the stuff that I used to do. All of a sudden, Tupac started showing up in their trucks, in their CD books and stuff. And I was like, this guy must be the real deal because this dude don't listen to rap. And I just started seeing that. And with people that I respected their taste in music, you started seeing Tupac showing up around their apartments and stuff. And it's like, oh, I guess I better check this dude out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
may be something.
That's right.
I was a big Queen Latifah fan, like Travis said.
Oh, yeah, man.
She's
All right, saw it.
She was awesome. I like Salt and Pepper. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I listen to them, but I went to the skating rink every weekend, so there was
Shoot,
always,
baby.
always some hip hop going on at the skating rink. You know what I'm saying?
Make him say,
Inner Circle back in the day. Y'all remember the Bad Boys theme from Cops?
Yeah.
The group that does that's called Inner Circle, and they had one called Sweat that they'd play at the skating rink, and that was my jam.
I don't remember that.
Girl, I'm gonna make you sweat. Yeah, it was my jam.
Oh,
you need
man.
to check that out. I'm pretty sure it's about the brown eye. But
Hey, boy, do you remember Papa MC?
Oh yeah.
What was his one? He had one song that was his, I guess, the closest thing to a hit that he had. They played it on the radio.
there's Cuz.
I can hear the beat in my head, but I love
I
that
don't know. I'm
song.
gonna have to go back and look. I can't. I remember Pop MC, but
Yeah.
I don't remember his hit record.
oh, Aaron wants to know if you could skate backwards.
I could not skate backwards.
He's no trucker.
I couldn't do the trucking.
Man.
Not when I was young like that back then. Now I learned to skate backwards later on,
Right. When you growed up.
but I learned to skate backwards on rollerblades when they were popular and it was okay to use them.
Well, you can't use them now.
But I can still skate though. It wasn't maybe a year or so ago. I was on some skates.
That's kind of
yeah.
scary.
It was awesome.
Gosh, I hadn't been roller skating forever.
God, I wish we'd go. We need to do a field trip where we all
Let's
go
do
roller
it.
skating.
I'm in on that.
I'm sitting at the bar.
I'll go.
Eli, what you got next, man?
I don't know. I thought we were just discussing. I didn't really make notes.
Well,
But I will
would you like to
say-
I
discuss
mean, this is
something?
kind of how the whole thing's went so far.
I've not been on Tuesday night in a while.
No, but you've been here for what's
I
been
have.
going on.
Who do you like that we
man.
haven't mentioned thus far, my friend?
Not hardcore, but nobody has mentioned Biz Marquee, and I think he deserves some credit.
Definitely.
Not one comment. Nobody said anything about it. And, I mean, he is a 90s legend.
Absolutely. Hey, you got what I want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, at Bonnaroo, that song gets sang upwards of 20,000, no joke, probably 20,000 times in 4 or 5 days.
What you say? I'm just.
Because whenever you leave one of the stages, you sing that song. Just like at Exit 111, it was everybody saying Slayer. That one, it's they sing the Big Marquee. When you're walking through the arch, going in the main entrance, everybody's singing that song. Somebody gets done with the set at this tent. When they get done, you walk away to go to that tent, this stage, whatever stage, who's on first, everybody's singing that song.
I did not know that's why they sung it.
Yeah, it's because, I guess, like Eli said, he's a legend. It's Biz Marquee. I mean,
I thought it was just drunk white people.
well, it's that too, but, white people on ketamine too. I think that has a lot to do with it.
That might have.
Whatever that is, I just
Chris
know
Kelly's on something.
what's he on? Loonies.
Yeah. We got to get the Loonies now.
Yep. That's right.
Uh-oh.
Ever listen to Loonies?
I got 5 on it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, never listened.
What do you
What do we got here? Hold on.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, can you hear me?
You got to give access to your camera. Did you give access to your camera?
Yeah, fool.
Oh, yeah, you
Hold on.
did. Hold on, look here. We got a guest.
Whoa, fella, big fella.
Oh yeah,
fella?
what's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on?
Masking up, man. We're sitting here talking some 90s rap.
Look, he got some bottles above his head.
What's the first rap song you remember hearing from the 90s?
Are you at the grocery store?
Man, I definitely am. This is my
love
place
it.
of peace right here, man.
Ah,
This is where I have fun, man. I love the
with big
grocery store
fella.
with a
Shopping with
passion,
big
man.
fella.
Yeah.
We've
right.
done pooping with fella. Now we're doing shopping with fella.
What you know about
such
some 90s
beautiful
rap,
product.
fella? You can school us.
Man, listen, I'll do that. I will school you. We'll
Do it
let some
to
of
it.
y'all alone.
We about 92, 93 right now.
Man, it's a tad bit early for my taste, but I do recall.
Bradley was talking about
92.
MC Hammer broke it in. Like he was watching a documentary that was talking about MC Hammer really opened the door for it.
For the
mainstream.
radio stations to play more
For mainstream hip hop.
mainstream hip hop.
Well, man, what's interesting is I think the first tape I ever had was MC Hammer tape.
That's
Think so.
awesome.
So it there you go, Bradley. Well done.
Yep, it was
I already knew. I
acceptable.
don't
It
need
was
to be.
acceptable.
I don't need anybody to pat me on the back. I'm speaking the truth.
You heard it here
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, my mother would let me participate with MC Hammer. I could listen to MC Hammer. Let us pray. We got to pray. That was acceptable
We got to
by the
pray.
parentals.
Just to make
Yeah.
it today.
Was that 92?
But 92 or
That was
93,
before
because
that.
it was on his follow-up album, If You Can't Touch This, Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him.
Please, Hammer, don't hurt him.
Yeah, it was on the next album with, Think Too Legit. Too
Mm,
Legit to Quit.
Too legit to quit. Hey, hey.
Hey, hey. Remember, Primetime was in that video.
504 Boys. How about
I
that?
don't remember.
Oh
that.
man,
Travis just said he don't remember 504 Boys.
I remember the 504 Boys.
Is that a song or
You
people?
talking about?
It's people.
Yeah, that's a different era, ain't it? That ain't 92, is it?
No, we're just talking 90s altogether,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Yeah,
You ain't
man.
got to say too much.
Eli, who was you? You was breaking out your second one here. Who was
I
you
was talking
going?
about Biz Marquee.
You was talking
Biz
about,
Marquee.
Eli was talking about
See,
Biz Marquee.
ain't nobody
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about Biz Marquee or nothing.
Yeah, see, that's yeah, y'all going way back. Now I remember that when I was little, when I was knee high to a grasshopper, but you know,
You are not
That was
that
like when I was
young.
really.
What are you doing? Why are you acting like
Biz
this?
Marquee, what are you talking about? Biz Marquee, I remember that from elementary school. No, elementary school. Would
You
you
are
say
not
he's
that
just a
young.
friend? Bro, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? That song came out in elementary school. I was born in 1980.
We're talking about when
I was
people
born
in
in
the South
70
actually heard it.
I was
not
born in
whenever you heard
'82,
it.
and I remember.
I was born in '76. I remember it being popular in high
You
school.
were born in '76.
Yeah. He was born in '80. So
You know
Right.
what? We
he
got,
was
we,
not
4
in
years.
elementary school when that song was popular.
we got the wrong
What,
person
you
on this
talking-
call because fella was
Oh, no,
listening
y'all
to Def
tripping.
Leppard and stuff like that. Led Zeppelin. Fella loves
No,
Led
man.
Zeppelin.
I love Led
No,
Zeppelin, fella.
I do love Led Zeppelin.
There's
What they got to
nothing
do
wrong
with my
that.
love of 90s hip hop, man? What you talking about? I remember the night. When did You Say She's Just a Friend come out?
89.
Exactly. Elementary school. I was 9.
Yes, sir. I was 10 years old.
10-year-old.
I
What
was
grade
8
you
years
in?
old.
10 years old. What grade you in at 10? 3rd grade, 4th grade.
Yeah.
8-year-olds are in 3rd grade. Yeah, so 4th grade that came out, man.
Depends on how many
Trying
times
to
you
play me
failed,
like I
though.
don't know my stuff. Y'all trying to play me like I don't know my stuff. The first
I
actual
guess he
song I
told you.
remember though. Listen, the first song I remember, the first song that I could actually rap the lyrics to was Lottie Dottie, and that
He
was
He
like
likes to pie.
I
That
was
was
just sitting there talking
kindergarten.
about it.
that was kindergarten, and me and my homeboy
Kindergarten.
would sit. Yep, we would sit outside, and when we get to school early, we ask to get dropped off early, and we sit in the out by the playground, and we just rap that song.
Was you causing trouble? Bothering anybody?
Man, you know it. I was just a kid on the mic.
We don't bother nobody.
Yeah, that's not what the song said. We don't cause
Yeah.
trouble. We don't bother anybody.
Yeah, I was just a kid on the mic.
And when we rock up on the mic, we rock the mic right.
You already know.
What's your favorite song, rap song from the 90s?
Well, man, I have a favorite era from the 90s. I want to say it was probably 93 to about 90 until Pac died. Like between between the Chronic and the Death of Tupac
There you go.
was the greatest time.
Agreed.
And the
Yep,
Chronic,
I
the
agree
Chronic switched. The Chronic is what changed everything. That changed the way music sounded, rap music. That changed the content, everything.
You
That
seen the
was
same
like one of-
documentary as Bradley?
Is that in the documentary?
Did you watch?
Is that
did
in
you
the
and Bradley
documentary?
prep for the show at the same time, fella?
Cornmeal.
That's not cornmeal?
That is cornmeal, girl, but we gonna get it. What you say, man?
Could you not talk to us? We're doing a show and you're trying to check out. That's
He's
rude.
busy. He's
I'm on the
busy.
phone. I'm on the show with Uncle Bull. Look, Uncle Bull.
Hey,
Oh,
That's
hey,
Jasmine.
baby, what are you doing?
Let me get some on your mama.
She can't hear you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she got
He's
it.
got his earmuffs on.
Look,
Oh,
look
my
at the
bad.
shirt.
Give
Hold
her a
on.
kiss
Let's
for me.
say it all right. Look at the shirt. Hold on.
did you see that? Give me a kiss for me. I was like, what?
You
What's
see that?
up?
Hold on, let me put it on big. I am present for
You see
peace.
That's how we getting down out here. Peacemaker.
Well said.
Don't play. Hell yeah.
That's right,
Okay,
B-Rat.
okay.
Too
Get some
short.
cornmeal, girl.
I did.
Don't get a big
Don't
one
run
though.
out of toilet paper like you did last time either.
Man.
Wait, Billy Rattle.
Yeah,
Billy
but I
Rattle just
think
chimed
that was
in.
the-
He said,
That's what's up.
Billy Rattle. He said too short. Freaky tales.
Those are the tales he tells so well.
That was yep. That was a good that's damn near early Freaky Tales early 90s. What year that come out?
Yeah, it was probably in the 80s.
Probably late 80s.
Late 80s, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope. I
Billy's
think
same
Freaky
age.
What was
Tales
next?
early.
Cocktails?
Yeah, because that was the ghetto was 1990.
Man. Okay,
Well,
what about
I'm
that
pretty sure the
Freaky
ghetto
Tales?
was on 19. That was 1990.
Well, Bull, don't you have a computer to look it up on?
You know what? We were just talking about that a minute
We don't
ago.
have to go with your thoughts. I'm not secure with your thoughts.
Yo,
Hey, fella, we're not secure with his thoughts either, buddy.
You know
I'm
what
secure in my
saying?
thoughts. Hold on, I got to check on my pizza.
Check the front porch. So I said one of my favorite songs was No Vaseline by Ice Cube.
Oh man, okay, you gangster then. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's what I was telling them. I watched Straight Outta Compton, which is a great movie, and I was pretty gangster about 2 or 3 days after watching that movie. And then I forgot about that song until it played, and I was like, oh, I forgot about this song. It makes me angry, and I love it. It's a very mad song.
You should kill the president, Ice Cube.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, that was a good one.
But that and the "Hit 'Em Up" by Tupac, the Get Back song on Biggie. That's another.
Oh,
angry
you
song.
talking about beef songs? You like beef songs?
Well, maybe.
That's what that
He does
sounds
like
like
a little
to
bit
me.
of beef.
Yeah,
That's what it
I like
sounds
it 'cause
like.
That's what's for dinner.
Yeah, exactly. It's what's for dinner. What's your thoughts on LL Cool J?
Man, LL Cool J is definitely a hip hop legend. That's my thoughts. I don't think the
That's a
90s
great
was
thought.
like. Yeah, I think like late 80s was his time for me. That I Need Love, and I mean I guess he did have some in the 90s,
I
but
need love.
that really wasn't my.
What about PM Dawn?
Oh yeah, Set Adrift on Memory Bliss.
Oh, that
Great
is
song,
my jam.
PM Dawn, good stuff.
Paper Doll.
PM Dawn, that ain't
Boomerang
hip hop, is
soundtrack.
it?
That's more neo soul, ain't it?
PM Dawn, yeah,
This
that's
is a-
like, yeah, y'all tripping, man. That maybe it was hip hop out there in Coffee County.
May have been.
Nah, man, I ain't
gonna
gonna do Coffee County like that, man. I
Spoke
know.
his lyrics in a rapish style.
I don't know. He was smooth. He was very smooth.
I can't believe I missed y'all talking about LL Cool J.
Yeah. Them,
Hey, I was gonna say that one of my favorite LL Cool J songs in the '90s was "Doing It."
Doing it.
love
Doing it well.
Oh, that's real. That's real.
Oh, I mean, LL Cool J
That's
he was an amazing artist. Like I had to go back and get the Mama Said Knock You Out because like the album that sent over was the what was it called? Backseat of My Jeep.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember if the album was called the Jeep, but that album was just phenomenal. I love that album. Y'all remember that, Travis?
Nope.
Backseat of My Jeep. Let's swing an episode.
no.
Hey, love.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Hey Lover was on that
I
one.
had
Hey,
that
Lover.
in my Jeep. That was one of the 2 tapes that I owned when I had a black Jeep.
The other one was Missy Elliott.
No, I didn't have this.
Missy Misdemeanor.
I think
do
Big
like
Fella.
Missy.
I think Big Fella gone.
Oh, we
Oh, y'all
fell.
can't see me, man. Hold on, man. Nah, hold on. I didn't know y'all
Go
couldn't
ahead.
see me, man. I was looking at
Get
my
your
list,
shot.
man. I'm sorry.
Billy Ratliff said, "Ask Tooth about Bismarck." Hey, Billy, they all know the story. You've got a good video. Why don't you send the video to Travis and we can get that loaded on the Everyday Joe show?
That's right.
Oh, does
So-
Billy have a secret video?
Look! When you guys talk about my alleged motorcycle accident, there is a video of me in the hospital bed, in the hospital gown, kind of messed up because this was like literally right after this had all happened. I was in the hospital same day of the accident, alleged accident. And I was kind of out of my head a little bit. And I sent Billy this video of me in the hospital bed and I'm doing the Bismarcky, but I'm doing it distastefully.
Explicitly.
Very distastefully. Whoever just said Lauryn Hill, thank you. Because
Saw her in concert.
I was going to bring up the Fugees. The Fugees have been mentioned in the comments several times. You can't leave the Fugees out. But I just want to talk about Lauryn Hill. The Miseducation.
Yeah.
I do believe Bull knows who produced that.
Yes,
We
sir.
do, don't we, fella? We know the man.
Yes, sir. All the way.
I saw Smoking Grooves tour in 1998. Tribe Called Quest, Cypress Hill, Ziggy Marley, and the Fugees. I got to see them all in concert in
Wow.
one place.
Is it Starwood?
Starwood, man, it was
Really?
It was all. I had a great time. It was,
I'm going to tell you who I loved in the 90s, and y'all can make fun of me if you want to, but I really have respect for them. Arrested Development.
Oh
Man,
yeah,
I got
Oh, man,
Tennessee.
all the way.
I got
All
Tennessee
the
on
way.
my list. Mr. Wendell.
Mr. Wendell.
Wendell.
Mr. Wendell hit me
Wendell.
hard.
I challenge you to a game of horseshoes.
Go ahead.
Game of
Mr. Wendell.
Horseshoes.
man, that was a good
Yeah,
song. I
man.
forgot
The
Mr. Wendell.
90s.
I owned that
The
single.
90s for me. Look, the 90s for me, man, like that mid 90s West Coast rap, man, there's all type of San Francisco Bay Area hip hop and Young Black Brother records with Ray Love and Mac Mall and Young Lay, people you never heard of. I know you never heard. Anybody heard of Mac Mall?
Oh, Mac Mall was killing it. I love Mac Mall.
I mean, Bull, you don't.
But
Okay, well, in that case, none of the rest of us have heard of it.
I've heard
Bull's
Bull
a great
talk about it.
representative.
But just go Rick, man.
He knows all of it. He knows too much.
Man, Big
He
Daddy
does know
Kane
too
keeps
much.
getting mentioned.
Yeah, that's what Billy just mentioned a minute ago. Big Daddy Kane ain't no half stepping.
Oh man, that was the 80s, man.
69 Boys. I forgot about 69
See,
Boys.
Billy can't count, man. He went to school in Mississippi.
Was Big Daddy
I like
Kane
Tom
80s?
Segura does a whole bit about Big Daddy Kane in one of his stand-ups.
He does.
Sam Figueroa introduced me to this.
Sam Figueroa,
Sam.
man, I hadn't heard that name in a while.
He introduced me to Disco Rick. That was good stuff.
Who was next? I don't remember.
Bull.
Yeah, Bull.
yeah, what's up?
What?
What else we want to talk about from the 90s rap and hip hop era?
Yeah, Bull. What do you got to say? It's your turn.
Oh man.
Say something that makes sense, though.
Well, we can go into soundtracks because I mean, what movie brought everything together for me was
Belly.
Above the Rim. One of the most amazing soundtracks ever.
Oh
agree with
yes,
you.
it
I'd
was.
say the show.
Yes, it was. The show
oh my
also. The
God,
show
Eli.
also.
Juice.
It's another good one.
Juice was good. The show, I forgot all about the show.
Summertime in the
The
LBC
show-
is probably my favorite 90s song.
That is a
Dove Shack. The Dove Shack. That's that 90s
Oh,
West
yeah,
Coast
you
rap.
said it.
Yeah.
fantabulous. But
What
you know,
about
I mean,
y'all
there was,
remember
you know-
Domino?
Oh yeah.
All messed up and I don't know why. Sweet potato pie.
God, I'll start writing this down. I'll forget it all.
Oh man, but I mean, that's
It
where
ain't-
I'd like to go.
It ain't rap, but it's definitely some R&B. And Bull definitely hooked me up with D'Angelo, and I used to blare that in the 90s.
Oh,
I'm
man.
talking
Yeah,
about
that's good.
Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar,
I'll
baby.
throw that on
Oh,
any
yeah.
day of the week and listen to that album from start to finish. I like every song
Oh,
on
yeah.
it.
It is a
Absolutely.
hip hop show,
Jones
but
in.
you can violate that by talking about D'Angelo.
Yeah.
It was a good album.
I think everybody that we listen here would hang out with D'Angelo, and they're fine with it.
Shit, damn motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Bull come to
Man.
me and said, Tooth, you got to listen to this song. But it was telling a
cuss on the
story.
Tuesday shows because I've been watching my
Not really
language.
supposed to that much.
Okay.
Well, it's a song.
I'll
He was
keep
just talking about the
And we're
music,
not
man.
on
The
the
song
radio.
title, man. The
I
song
still
title,
haven't cussed
man.
on Tuesday shows either, though.
Why?
He does not own the rights to that title.
He does not. Thank you.
I don't own it.
Because you guys have gone, because y'all done sold out. That's why you can't cuss. Travis done
We'll have
sold
it.
out, man, to the man.
We'll take that. We'll take that.
Yeah, we stopped cussing before we sold out, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
Oh,
stopped.
man,
cussing
that
so
helps
he
you
could
sell out.
Yeah.
On a path to sell out. On a path to sell out.
That's why they haven't had me on in a while. Like, can Bradley really keep it together now that we're on the radio?
Yeah, and now that he doesn't drink anymore.
Hey, I've been good. I've been watching my mouth the last 3 weeks, and he keeps dropping the F bomb. I'm like, is that okay? Or is it just because it's Tooth? I'm like, because if it's okay, I'm ready to unleash.
Hey, man,
But
can I
you know,
tell y'all
I-
something can I tell y'all something, man? I'm sorry, man, if I'm getting off topic, man, but this really just boils my blood, man. It makes me mad, man. I'm telling you, man. I hate when they trick you with this. So now they tell me it's $2.50 for these cookies, right? But if you read the catch, you gotta buy 3 of them. I
To
just
get
want
him
one
at
for $2.50. Yeah, or they gonna charge me $3.50, man. I'm upset, man. I'm trying to make me a cookie cheesecake, man. And damn it, I'm just gonna eat. Damn it, I'm gonna get it.
Get all 3 of them.
You get them all.
Get all 3 of them,
man.
That's Milk's favorite cookie.
Think about it. If you buy all 3 of them, you're gonna save $3 in the hole.
Well, it
I
kinda
know,
is
man,
treated
but then
for
I'm gonna
free.
eat them, and I'm gonna eat them all, man. I'm already fat, man.
Nah, just like me, big bone.
I'm big boned.
I ain't never seen a fat skeleton.
Yeah.
You seen mine?
See, I'm not fat at my core. That's just. Don't judge a book by its cover.
That's right. It's just muscle ain't developed yet.
Skinny underneath it.
Muscle I ain't developed yet.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you what, like that Above the Rim soundtrack. You know, we talk about.
That was
It
amazing.
don't matter.
That was
Anytime
quality.
I hear any of that, it takes me right back to being in Matt Reel's red Nissan with those 415s in the back, riding through the park. I mean, that album takes me there every single time. If John C's listening, still. Like, I mean, that is all we did is we played Above the Rim and would ride around the park. That whole trip.
Good movie, good
And
soundtrack.
drug the speed bump.
You know what rap song takes me back to a specific point in time? Race Against Time. Ja Rule.
Oh my
Takes me right back to being in the passenger seat of your car, and when I first saw Bull do the fist bump, first time I ever saw it. First time I ever saw it. You know I know Bull if you saw that.
That was a Vinny. Hey, what was that album called?
Vina Veda Vici.
Vinny Vedovici.
Not Vinny Bedovici.
Yeah, Tony and I, we were talking about that album the other night about how Ja Rule, that first album, quote unquote, he jacked his old style. And so, but I just think that it was an excuse for Tony to look at men with their shirt offs.
I like the album. I enjoyed that album. I owned that album.
I love that album.
I loved Ja Rule. I ain't gonna lie.
That album was bumping. He just always wanted to be a pop star. Because that second, third album where all he did was talk with J-Lo and every album. I would do whatever it took to do a J-Lo album as well.
I would do whatever it took to do J-Lo.
That's what I said.
Album.
I agree.
Album.
That's a totally different paragraph. Yeah.
So are you really making a cookie cheesecake, big fella?
I think so, man. I'm gonna make my first cheesecake, man. And I think I'm gonna put some cookies in that thing. Make me
That's
like an
what's
Oreo crust.
Oreo cheesecake.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make a carrot
y'all
cake
eating?
cheesecake.
What time you want me to show up, big fella?
Man, we'll be there Thursday, man. I'm not sure of the time, but you definitely can get you some.
Oh, you's getting ready. I keep forgetting Thanksgiving's the day after tomorrow.
It is.
We all fixing to be eating.
Well, I mean, it's fine, though. I mean, tell him, fella, you can show up, even if dinner's at 2, you can be there at 5 and be all good.
Hey, you know what? You ain't lying.
Dinner won't be ready till 3:42 anyway.
Man. Are you speaking on is that a cultural time joke, Bull?
No, it is a Thursday is a vacation joke, duh. Even though there was some undertones there.
Oh. Aaron Carming says, who whips who? DMX or Ja Rule?
Oh,
DMX.
Oh, he's gonna give it to him.
No, Ja is not going to give it to him. No,
X is gonna give it to him.
X is gonna give it to him.
Oh, X gonna give it to you. Sorry, Eli.
DMX served time at Steven Seagal. He learned the ways of the ponytail.
He learned how to punch fast. Punch fast.
Heck yeah.
Hey, but I was a big DMX fan too, and I ain't gonna lie about that.
DMX
I mean,
fan.
and DMX, you got to give the man credit. He come out with them first 2
Who's
albums.
stealing something?
Am I correct in saying this, Bull? He came out with his first 2 albums, Flesh of My Flesh and It's Dark and Hell is Hot,
Pay for the
within
Oreos,
9 months of each other in the same year.
That is correct. Yeah, they come out that. But he was in his defense, he was on crack then.
I don't give a darn. That was still
You come out with a lot of albums when you're on crack.
quality. Those 2 albums were both quality albums. Like, they were
crack.
good. All right, man. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
There you go.
Man.
There you go.
That's
Crack's even worse.
We talked a lot about rappers, like Bradley and Eli brought up about how their cadence and their how they rap angry. And that's another thing. That's why I kind of like DMX, because he rapped angry. Like Mystical, he still kind of scares me. I can't really listen to a lot of his stuff because I would put my
Man.
pants.
I listen to Still Smoking
He
every
scared me.
day.
I seen your ass at the Waffle House. All right, I'm sorry. All right, I'm leaving, Mystical. I am so sorry.
And what about Busta Rhymes?
Bust a Bus, Flip Mode.
Twista?
He was fast.
Twista could. Woo.
But even you're certain, depending on what song, Tupac, he could rap angry.
Absolutely.
You know,
yeah.
and I preferred that style of rap than I did like
We established you like the beef rap.
I like the
Angry.
I like the angry stuff.
Travis is about the battle raps.
Well, I like it because
Travis
it's
is
an
angry.
aggressive type. A lot of it, not all of it.
Hard, man.
It is an aggressive style, and that's what I like about it when they enunciate the aggression. Like, yeah, bring it.
Travis need a hug.
Is that the truck?
No, I'm not about the rapper.
Oh no,
Travis, did you hear that? Fella said you need a hug.
I do need a hug, fella.
He does need a hug.
Hug with some Oreo cheesecake.
Busta Rhymes, you remember Will?
Man.
Oh yeah,
Will really like. If I think of Busta, I think of Will Morton.
Yeah.
Instantly.
that dude, he could do some Busta Rhymes.
You were talking about soundtracks, and then you're talking about delivery. A song that is one of my all-time favorites from the '90s is "Straight Up Menace" by MC Ike, off the Menace to Society sound.
Not
And
MC
He had more of a
Ike.
laid back. He had a Snoop Dogg kind of smoothness to him, but that song is that. Big Germ had that CD, and we used to wear that song.
Oh
out.
man, MC8 was dope.
What?
I loved MC8.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Time out, man. What did you call him?
I called him
MC
MC Ike.
Ike?
Yeah, E-I-H-T. That's how he spells his name. MC Ike. Hell, me and Big German called him that since freshman year.
You know
MC
what?
The
Ike.
Menace to
I can
Society
see how that
soundtrack
would
was
work.
pretty
I see
good,
how
too.
that plays
Speaking
out,
of
Bradley.
MC8.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah. Look, that Menace to Society soundtrack, that was pretty good. And then, what else? Spice One. Anybody listening to Spice One?
Oh my God, Spice One was. Oh my God, because he was also on the Menace Society soundtrack. Spice One.
Yeah, man. He killed a lot of people, man, in his raps, man.
Yeah, nobody's
He
mentioned
might have
Nelly
killed-
either.
Oh, my God.
No, yeah.
Nelly.
I think
Yeah, nobody
Nelly
has
wasn't in the
mentioned
90s,
Nelly.
was it?
Yeah, he was about 98.
Nelly was like
98,
2000.
99. My senior year, he come out. I know he got pretty far on Dancing with the Stars. I'm for real. He was in the final round last night. I don't know if he won, but he was up there.
I had no clue he was on Dancing with the Stars.
You know, then you got. I mean, and of course, this is the end of it. I still got a few I want to talk about before then, but you know, Eminem come out in '99.
Yep.
Correct. And I was going to
Yeah,
bring
he
that
did.
up because I was.
Which again, I know I'm not the humongous rap fan, but that kind of changed it again.
Absolutely. And I bought I told you how few albums I bought. There was very few. I bought Tupac. Anything Tupac dropped, I bought.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But
Wednesday night, Tupac Church.
exactly. But when Eminem came out, I bought that. As soon as I
Yeah.
heard the first single, I was like, yep, I'm going to check this guy out.
Yeah, because it definitely it brought on 50 Cent, and which I loved his
I love 50.
his first.
See,
album.
we
I
could
loved
talk
it.
about 2000s rap too, because I had some fun in the 2000s.
Right.
No, man, it's going
As
too
I mean,
far, man. It's
talking
going
about-
too far.
Now you got.
I know, man. I know.
But Detroit, like that's fella's hometown. So I mean, that's that entire style. Because I mean that whole. Would you call it? Wouldn't be called shock. It was just like a real aggressive.
It was
hip-hop
almost
rap.
horrorcore, y'all. What y'all know about ICP? That was
We
the
was
90s.
discussing ICP earlier. I know a little bit about him. Tunnel of Love. I remember that album.
Who's going chicken
Riddle
hunting?
Box. Yeah, I said that earlier. I said, who's going chicken hunting? We's going chicken hunting. I said, what do rich people eat? Caviar? No, bullets. I listen to some. I wouldn't consider myself a juggalo or anything, but I listen to some ICP.
You don't go to the gathering of the Juggalos every year?
I did
So
jam
I'll
on
tell
them.
y'all something. I don't know if y'all knew this or not, but like ICP, Eminem, and Kid Rock were all of them actually got their stuff from Kid Rock. Kid Rock started out as a rapper.
He was
He's like-
absolutely rapper, yodeling in the valley.
Yep, and that's where ICP and Eminem all kind of came out of. Kid Rock's the originator of it, which is interesting. And Esham, yeah,
Esham. Now I remember Esham.
Esham is where Eminem and where they all got their like scary style from. He's the father of that, but yep, Kid Rock was like the original white rapper from Detroit.
But I didn't know. But I mean, he set the precedent for the style and all that because it just. I remember.
Man,
listening
maybe
to his
not the
earlier
style, but he for being the white dude rapping in the midst of the jungle and people respecting him. Kid Rock was respected as a rapper with his real rap style.
I thought
It
that was
was.
Snow.
No,
Travis
Snow
said
is
he thought
actually
that was
real.
Snow.
Snow is actually a gangster, man.
That's legit. I've seen some stuff on Snow, and he grew up hard.
Canadian, right?
Yeah, Snow.
Hey.
Yep, from Toronto, I think.
Didn't he do some time? Or
Yeah,
wasn't he
Snow's
at
a real
least
gangster.
involved in a murder? He was accused of murder.
Yeah, he did a whole lot of stuff. I bet Snow was real.
Oh,
Real.
okay. All right. I gotta ask about this. So Lanny Benner says "Yodeling in the Valley" is on my playlist. What is "Yodeling in the Valley"?
That's a song by Kid
That's
Rock
Kid
when he
Rock's
was rapping,
biggest rap song.
and it's about the little man in the boat.
So Kid Rock found him.
Apparently so. While he was yodeling in the valley. Get it? Yodeling in the valley.
Very good, Derek.
I know things about music.
I've never heard it called that before.
Google it later.
I'm gonna say that from now on. Yodeling in the Valley.
Yeah, what about Haystack? And what about Nas and Outkast? Why aren't we mentioning any of that stuff?
No, it's if I ruled the world.
Mentioned.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
right.
you gotta mention
Outkast has been
Nas,
mentioned
Outkast,
also.
all of
Outcast,
it.
yeah, definitely.
Goody
and just so you
Mob,
know,
49
Haystack.
Noise.
That's Big Fella's brother, Haystack. In case
Oh,
anybody.
you
was
gonna say
wondering.
that, man? You gonna say that
I'm
for
gonna
real?
say that. I'm gonna say it.
You
I
want me?
just- the
Okay,
words
so
just
I'm
come
about
out
to
of my
go.
mouth.
Okay, all right. So I'm about to just go ahead everywhere that I'm gonna go. Then I'm not gonna spare
No,
your
you are
feelings.
not. You are not going to do that at all. So
Bull's
anyway,
feelings don't ever matter.
so Fella was actually Haystack's spiritual advisor.
Oh,
I did not know
okay.
that.
Yep.
okay.
Yep. He would sit and advise him late at night in the early 2000s.
Like rub his head and everything.
No, Haystack would call him upset, and Fella would talk him through his
I cannot believe this.
what? You would talk him through his confusion.
His turmoil.
Thank
Oh,
you,
my
Tooth.
goodness.
Very good word. Very good word.
Oh my goodness.
Haystack
This is
had
what's
some
going on.
issues with being a fella. Explain it like you talked it to him much better than I could.
I don't even know what you're talking about, man.
Oh no, don't even
Why aren't we
don't
going
even
in?
I don't know.
hide behind
What you
that
say?
mask,
Why
sir.
aren't we going in? We have everything.
Do we have everything? Okay, because I'm on this call and I wasn't thinking right, girl. You got to let me know what's up. Uncle Bull is full of shit.
One of
Right
the
at this
12
very
words
moment.
you can't say on radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm glad you're not
Said
on radio.
4
right
of
now.
them, so my bad.
My bad, man. All right, we'll get back. All right, I'll leave you alone about that, fella. I thought you
Something
wanted to tell that story. I'll get back. Take it over, Travis. It's your show.
This is my show.
What was the chick that did Unity? U1IT.
Queen Latifah.
Latifah, baby.
Sorry, the chick that did Afro Puffs.
Oh,
Rage.
Rage.
Lady Rage.
Lady Rage.
Yeah.
But I mean, we
Rock
we
on with your
but
bads.
We got to get back. I mean, like MC Light, gotta who, what, gotta get a roughneck. I mean, like
That's a
was-
good one.
MC Light was killing it.
That was a good one.
What, Young Bleed? That was on
man.
some No Limit, and I really dug that.
Young Bleed was bumping.
I'm talking about for real, smoking on some hay on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
See me riding
Speaking
cool
of
as
smoking
cloud
on
with
some
that thing
hay,
right by
you
my
can go
side.
with-
That was some good stuff.
Yep.
You got to go to Chicago with Twister and don't get the big one. Twister and Do or Die.
Do or die.
Do or die. I forgot about them. Yeah.
That was. Oh yeah.
I completely forgot about Do or Die.
Me too. Daggum.
And I don't know about that Crucial Conflict, smoking on hay in the middle of the barn.
Oh, there we go. I was wondering. I was trying to remember who he was. That's what it was. Though it was Crucial Conflict. Crucial
Just
Conflict. Y'all remember that one, Travis?
No, just
I've heard the
don't
name.
get that one.
Hey, in the middle of the yard.
Yes.
I'll tell you, going through all these names and stuff, I'm like Bradley when he started making his list. Is I realized I knew more about it than I thought. A lot of this stuff's coming back. I've forgotten it, but y'all said, I'm like, oh, yep, remember that song? Yep, remember that album? It's just not the ones that I heard. Like I memorized like all the words to Crossroads while I'm riding around with Eli, because we wore that song out every single time in the bug. Well, that whole album, really, not just the one song.
Too much.
Then Bull
That's a
turning
lot.
on the
A lot
Outcast,
of physical.
Players Ball, and that, back in the mid '90s.
The regular ones.
Then I realized, you start talking about, KRS-One, like, oh, yeah, remember KRS-One? You remember this song? So it, I did
There's
know
no
more.
way you couldn't have lived with your cousin and know more than you thought you knew.
Well, that's
Because your
true.
cousin could school us on some 90s rap. I'm just saying.
That's a good point.
He could.
That's a
He
good
taught.
point.
Look, I learned a lot of what
Not
I
gonna
know
get this.
from hanging out with him.
Yeah.
Well, some of this stuff, like I said, y'all are kind of like the Shazam for 90s rap for me, because a lot of these songs, as soon as y'all start singing, I'm like, okay, that's who sang that song. It's always playing when I was at MTSU. Oh, okay, yeah. Because you'll say the name of the artist, I'm like, no, I don't know that. And then you'll start doing the songs like, okay, yeah, that was at every fraternity party I went to.
Oh yeah, like Crucial Conflict.
Yeah.
Like fella bringing that one up. Like that was a huge song.
Or Brad Gallion had it in his truck.
Juvenile. I was a huge Juvenile fan.
I was hit or miss on Juvie.
I like
but-
Juvie. Juvie.
Was that back that
His
thing
first
up?
album was
Yeah,
dope.
back that thing. Well done. I see you, Bradley.
Back that thing up. Hey, y'all, back that thing up.
No, I'm on the phone. I'm sorry.
That was early 2000, right? 2000.
It probably was. It probably
Yeah.
was.
Oh, Positive K. Remember Positive K?
gosh.
Two greens, too much
I
in
got a
there.
man. What's a man got to do with me?
I got a man. I ain't trying to hear that. See, I got a man.
Good,
Yeah.
Goody Mob.
Oh man.
All day
Well, see,
long.
now we're in the South. That's
Looking in my window.
oh gosh, man. Like,
I'll take you back. One of my really good favorites was it came on MTV a lot when we would hang out at the house during the summer. Rex and Effect.
Yes.
Rump Shaker.
yeah.
Rump shaker.
yep.
But that was a killer video.
Yep.
Somebody mentioned In Too Deep earlier.
Oh,
Back to the
yeah.
hotel. That was one I could remember.
That was like 95.
Yeah, I mean,
Tricky come out?
I was in high school when that was popular.
Yeah, Tricky. And what about when did Trick Daddy? He was big. Was he?
Oh, that's Florida. I mean, that's 90s.
That was
as
some
well.
90s. Trick Daddy
No,
was
it's
some
not.
90s
That's
music.
like early 2000s.
Is it early 2000s?
He,
Yeah.
late 90s, early 2000s.
All right, I gotta check that machine y'all were been talking about.
Fella done told you had a machine in your hand, boy.
Take the mask off real quick.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, I mean,
Yep.
but you talking about the Outcast, Travis? I mean, like,
Oh, that's
love
crazy.
Outcast, like I mean, but
Aquamini, or how do you say it?
Aquemini.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah.
What was their first big hit?
Their first
Rosa Paul
big
was
hit?
Rosa Paul. I mean,
no,
that's the
gosh,
first.
no,
What was
no.
their? That's
The
first.
Who's first
big
hit?
was either
Players
Players Ball
Ball.
or
Southern
was,
Playalistic.
Players Ball was the
Golly.
first one.
was
It was
that?
a
That was the
Christmas
very
song.
first one.
Do you want to
Yep.
ride?
That was
That's Do or Die.
No, that's
Yeah.
that's Pope Pimpin'.
yeah. Players Ball was in '94.
94.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the best time
Yeah.
right there.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
93, 94 to about
Because that
fuck that.
came out when I was in Murfreesboro, when I was already in college.
Which one is that, Bradley?
Miss Jackson.
Miss Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that first one, and then ATLians was just so unique for hip hop. But I mean, the South that's what we was talking about. Like the South actually sold the most from the mid to late '90s. The South just took over, and that was Outkast helped do a lot of that.
8-Ball and MJG.
8-Ball and MJG, but most along, I mean, Louisiana, like No Limit and all those other guys, and then the Ghetto Boys, and because I mean, yeah, John and them was talking about UGK earlier. I mean, like it's just again, it was underground, but I mean, anybody who knows anything, hip hop in the '90s is synonymous with Pimp C. Period.
Well, I called up Pimp C.
Just last week.
I mean, he did a track last week. My homie.
Yeah, I'm with fellas. Is about 90, 91 until around Tupac died. That's when a lot of my favorite songs it came out. Because I'm going looking down my list. I'm like, man, because I put the years beside it so I could kind of reference it.
Okay.
And I was like, man, most of the ones I wrote down were in that era. There were a couple after, make them say, Master P. That was like 98. That's a little, little after. A couple years, Tupac, what, got 96? That was got
Look.
killed?
Yes.
Yes.
My knowledge, Jeff, like both of y'all said, my knowledge pretty much fades. I've got Biggie's death in '97, and I can't, other than Eminem, I can't.
See you,
50
Jimmy.
Cent, I can't tell you much that's come after that. Not that there hadn't been a lot. I'm
Lil
positive,
Wayne.
but
Yeah.
I just
Lil
kind
Wayne
of.
changed the game for me.
I've kind of faded out. That was just again 90. Y'all do 2000s and beyond. I can come hang out, but I can't really contribute much.
That's me because it was
What about Wu Tang? I know we talked a little bit about Wu Tang.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But Wu Tang was huge and like diverse.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's I guess, and I think one reason
And nothing to mess with.
for me, that being the wheelhouse, because that's when we all started driving. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We all had cars. We all listened. I had tape players, CD players, or if not, we'd just put a portable CD player in the front seat.
Some batteries.
With some batteries, because I'd done that.
And we also let's be honest, we all figured out that girls didn't want to listen to Slayer, but they did want to listen to Outkast.
You got a point.
Without a doubt. I mean,
They really enjoyed listening to things that made them want to shake their rumpus.
Exactly.
Rum shaker.
And so, if anything, you had to have a little bit of that in your car in case you got one in there.
Yeah, exactly. You always had that standby. If you ride around your buddy, hey man, y'all need to kick rocks. Girl coming. Where's Rex and the There it is.
Yep.
Here we go. Yeah, but to me it was a fun time for music because to me a lot of the beats just like take out the lyrics and no Vaseline, just that beat, man. I love it. Just you kind of want to just bob your head, like a lot of the Bone stuff. They're the beats of those songs. You're like, yeah, man, I can groove with that. That's all right. Put whatever lyrics you want. I'm cool
About
with
that
it.
Spody Odie Doublicious Angel.
Huh?
Hey, let's not forget, since we're probably laughed at now, but man, Coolio was huge.
oh
man.
man.
Absolutely.
And again, right? So he absolutely hated the song "Gangster's Paradise." Hated it, but that's all he's known for.
I know
Yes,
of a
sir,
fantastic
I don't know, man.
voice.
Ride. Yeah,
Come
that's what I was
along
going to
and
say.
ride.
Fantastic. There you go.
Come
Fantastic.
along and ride on the
And don't-
fantastic.
I'll see you when we get there. I like that song.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, Brian Matlock. I've brought up 8-Ball and MJG twice.
I wish it was a little bit.
Skilo, baby.
Yeah.
Huh? I wish it was a baller. Wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her.
That was.
The rabbit in the hat.
It seemed like Bradley talked about how it got serious, but now it seems. I guess like it's a different perspective now that you're older. It seems more serious. Back then, it was like, oh, this is a fun song. But really, when you listen to the lyrics, because I don't really pay attention to lyrics that much. You go back and listen to it, you're like, oh, that's not a very fun song.
No.
Oh, no Vaseline. That's not fun.
I don't know, man. I think I was pretty. You just put on the Chronic and like one of the intros is them shooting somebody in the face with a shotgun. I mean, it was hard to miss.
It was a little in your face.
Hey man, welcome to the wet T-shirt contest.
Yes, Paco.
Then they
Fat
rap
Joe.
for 3 minutes about killing people.
Literally, I know the words, but I'm like, I don't pay attention to them. Even, somebody, hey man, Tooth and Craig just did it to me all the time. Hey, remember that one song? Remember that one line where he says this? No. It's in the chorus. And I go sing, oh, yeah, well, yeah. And I know every word to the song. I just don't,
You just don't correlate it. Yeah.
I don't get that deep into it.
Yeah, Big Pun and Fat Joe. I'm gonna give a shout out to that. That was some good stuff.
Travis is just shaking his ass to the beat.
All right, well, here we go. I mean, Philip Noel, he's already broke it out. West Coast or East Coast?
West Coast for me.
But I mean, the South.
South.
I mean, you've forgotten about the South, Philip. Like, come on now.
No, but see, I'm going from 90, 91 to 96. West Coast. For sure. For me.
Yeah, I'm with you, Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody is.
Yeah. Not Bull's not.
Yeah, me too. Why not?
Bull stuffing his face with Domino's
No,
pizza.
all right, so during that time,
You think the East Coast was better than West in 91 to 96?
okay, so during the time I was all about Raucous and Loud, right? So we're talking about Most Def, we're talking about Rakim, we're talking about Common, all those guys right there. So to me, I was beginning to enjoy conscious hip hop, and so I did like. Again, in the early 90s, I loved the gangster rap, but again, I would lean towards Texas and Scarface, period. That's where I would lean towards. And then,
Okay, but the question is West Coast or East Coast?
Yeah. Those are your choices.
That's your choices.
Okay. All right. East Coast or West Coast?
That was the question.
I know, but
Could you
So,
stop?
just
But
in case
again,
you're
though,
confused,
I mean-
the question
But no, that's the thing.
West Coast story.
And I respect the fact, did you like the Florida stuff and the Texas stuff with Scarface and, the Tennessee stuff with 3-6 and everything and the Georgia stuff with Outkast?
I'm going
That's
East
fine.
Coast. I'm going with Mobb Deep. I'm going with Common, Most Def, Talib Kweli.
Hey,
Public Enemy.
most Def
I mean,
Oh, Most Def's great.
and Common. Common's underrated.
I mean,
And Common's a good actor.
Yeah.
No bones about it. Common is a great actor.
yes,
but
I mean that's where I'm going.
with all those names you just said, I got one for you.
Yep.
Tupac. He trumps them all.
Man, I can't say this in the public. So I mean, like,
Tupac.
that's a great argument.
Yeah.
Great argument.
Tupac.
Really got made.
Dear Mama, listen to me.
Oh,
Travis is right.
And once again, that's personal preference. I'm just ragging bull, but
I'm
but
doing
just,
90 because I wanna.
But I mean, there is a right and wrong answer, and his was wrong. But
Oh, 100% of it.
yeah, 100%. But yeah, I mean, and I think unfairly, maybe we were exposed to more West Coast artists than maybe we were East Coast. Maybe at the time, because the East Coast, I didn't know Common was East Coast. I didn't know Most Def was East Coast.
Mobb Deep.
I didn't know Mobb Deep. Now I knew Tupac was West Coast, Dre, Snoop, Warren G, Nate Dogg. I knew NWA, Ice Cube. I knew they were West Coast. I knew that.
California love. baby.
California
But
love.
I don't think that we were exposed enough to them. Possibly. You know what I mean?
Oh, and 100%. Like, I mean,
be it our fault or not.
Yeah.
100%.
there was no.
They weren't on MTV. I mean, they weren't on there much. I don't remember seeing them as often.
Probably not.
They weren't in your
No,
face.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't.
And that's all I had to, much like Heavy Metal,
Listen,
that's all I
if
had.
you
East
had
Coast rapper
Suge
anybody
Knight
knows.
telling you
MTV was my only way to find
that was the
kind of
outlet,
music.
Yeah,
and
right.
if you had Suge Knight telling you if you play these other players, I'm gonna kill you, you would probably do what he said just like they did. So we saw what Suge Knight wanted us to see.
So Suge's fault.
And fortunately, he put out some really awesome artists on his label.
Absolutely. He really did.
Well, because he had Dr. Dre, who's with the best
Well, I mean,
producer.
he
ever.
also had held him down by gunpoint and wouldn't let him out of their contract. That's another way to produce.
Intimidation factor.
Yeah. But Eli, what was you going to say? There was a particular East Coast you were going to talk about.
Biggie is like the only East Coast. When you think East Coast, I think everybody thinks
Biggie and Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only reason I say West
Fat
Coast,
Joe and
because
Big
there
Pun.
is
See, I
a
did
plethora of West Coast artists that the everyday Joe
Right.
can rattle off.
Yeah.
Right.
You say East Coast, and they're going to say, Biggie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree
Who
with
else?
Puffy?
Yeah,
Puffy.
Biggie.
What's up, Blair?
Biggie and Puff Daddy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Thomas
That's
Fat Joe and Big Pun.
See, but I don't correlate them with. I didn't know that. For me personally, I didn't know that.
Oh.
So I mean, other people probably do. I'm just
Around
very
here, they call
smart.
me Big Pun. Hit you with the big gun.
and I know who Big Pun is,
Yep.
but I didn't correlate them to being East Coast.
Y'all heard
What
about
about?
YBT?
What about?
I heard a Y and T.
YBT?
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's what I was like, man, take out the B and I'm in.
Young
Summertime girls.
Why have we not? Just curious why nobody has mentioned Jay-Z. And wouldn't he be East Coast?
yeah.
And wouldn't he be well known?
Yeah.
And he was definitely 90s.
Yeah, very late
true.
90s, but
My bad.
yeah.
I missed him.
I'm just saying
Yeah,
that would
no,
be
you're
one
right.
you would.
Well, I
That
mean,
would
and
be-
also,
well,
I mean,
that's two.
well, we just went through the list there, though. I mean, DMX. I mean, that's East Coast. The whole Rough Riders thing. I mean, Queen Latifah. That's East Coast.
Yeah. LL Cool J. I mean, he's from New York.
LL Cool
Brooklyn.
J.
Brooklyn, yeah.
But I mean, I guess kind of what Eli was saying. I don't, as far as the East Coast West Coast beef, the battle, if you will, between those, I wouldn't put LL Cool J into that
In
because
that time frame.
Yeah, because I don't think he was arguing with the guys from West Coast at the time. It's like it's just Suge's guys versus Puffy's guys. You know what I mean? So when I hear that question, that's how I interpret it. It may be the wrong way to interpret it, but that's how I interpret it. If I have to interpret it a different way, I'd probably have to do some more reading because I just don't
Well,
know.
I mean, it
I'm
literally.
with you on that. I get where you're at.
Yeah, it's
To see Queen Latifah and Ice Cube cut album together.
true, but Queen Latifah didn't have any beef with she was that, and
Again, she came more from that earlier place of.
Well, and I think it's a big difference where someone is from and where they live as to what
yeah.
crew or side you're on. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're from New York or where have you. I mean, it's not like you were East Coast.
Well, no. In the streets, they took that pretty serious.
Well, I didn't grow up in the streets.
Well, but
so
And I'm not real sure, but I don't think
this is
Queen
dead
Latifah
serious,
was
though.
representing that either. Now, some of the folks that came later, I think, again, that's what I was trying to say. She was kind of from more of that earlier, where it wasn't quite as
Beefy.
rough and in your face when she started making music, and then those that came after her kind of took that.
Yes,
'cause we
yes,
are just
Blair.
talking about
Eli's
like
here.
a 2.5 year period.
Yeah, I mean, the
where
guys
it
that
was
we're
just-
talking about, a lot of those guys literally were in gangs. You know,
Yeah, it's
Queen
true.
Latifah was not rolling with the Crips or the Bloods. She
Right.
was just making music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
the
I
fact that
think-
she just happened to do it in New York had nothing to do. She wasn't affiliated with a gang.
And quite honestly, they were probably all too scared of Queen Latifah to give a crap if she was East or West. She might probably
I'm
cut.
pretty sure she'd smack the
Right.
taste out of Suge Knight's
Intimidating
mouth
tape.
if he.
And like I said, that's probably my problem. Is I correlate it with the beef. You know, who had problems with who? Not that person was from Jersey or that person was from L.A. or Compton or whatever. So I don't.
I literally just know more of the West Coast rappers, so that's why I go West Coast.
Yeah,
'cause
true.
I can.
Because like I said, when he was saying Common and all those other guys, I didn't know most
I
of.
mean, just like Eli said, I know all these guys over here and Biggie. So when you say West Coast or East Coast, I'm going, well, hell, these guys, because I know all of them.
Right.
House of Pain. What about House of Pain?
Oh man.
House Pain, Cypress Hill.
Cypress
Did they
Hill,
get
man.
mentioned?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Cypress Hill, yeah, because it's
Yeah.
one of the, a staple cult.
Oh yeah, man! When they came out in the night, like I said, that Big Germ. I mean, he was a big fan. Had all there, and then they'd put out rock albums with Biohazard playing as their backup band. I got into Cypress Hill big time because they really embraced hard rock and metal with their stuff as well. That's
Now, one thing, guys, I think we've failed to mention, although they did come out in the '80s, but Beastie Boys. They changed up. I mean, they were still rap, but they changed up to have a little
more rock
little more
alternative.
Yeah, but they still could
I
spit
think
bars.
they opened the doors for bands like Korn and Limp Bizkit and the
rap metal, the rap rock.
metal.
Anthrax is into the black.
That was Beastie Boys.
I know. But I'm just saying it's kind of
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, and I think they, like I said, they could still spit bars when needed to.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, and again, like that.
And on top of
Girls.
that, they were very, and I didn't know this, they were talented musicians.
They could all play.
Could play because they played Sabotage on David Letterman, and they're all playing instruments. I didn't know this. I was like this years old when I first saw that clip. They're playing bass, guitar, and drums. I was like, what are they doing? Are they really playing these instruments? And I went back and watched again. I'm like, nope, yep, they're really playing them, which I had no idea they could do that.
Well, I've heard them say more often than not that Licensed Ill was almost a parody of what they didn't like in music. They a lot of times will kind of go back and say that's the album that made them popular, but they were more making fun of that. They almost kind of dismiss it.
Really? Well, I mean,
Which is disappointing to me because I love that album.
well, of course, that's one of Rick Rubin's staples that would go on to create a style and but it's just goes to show what the artist wants to do versus what people want to hear.
Yeah.
And I mean, because that was like a pivoting moment in Rick Rubin's career.
Oh,
that
yeah.
whole album, and he would just go on to just produce the world.
Which is so funny is that, which again doesn't get highlighted because he's so well known for hip hop and then later, some of the country stuff he did with Johnny Cash. But while Rick Rubin was really making a name for himself with like the Beastie Boys and getting into hip hop, he produced Slayer's first or at least first 3 records, and so he was over, he was very much just as influential in the up and coming, the thrash metal scene, but the hip hop.
No, Rubin did Slayer. I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
he did. He produced several of their
Bradley
albums.
saw a documentary on it.
No, I knew that because I'm a metal fan. but no, yeah, he produced. That's how I knew Rick Rubin and Def Jam Records because you'd see it on the Slayer albums. I mean, that was their label. That's who produced them. But he was also doing the Beastie Boys. Of course, that stuff became very mainstream and very popular. But he continued producing Slayer and some other metal bands the whole time.
Death Magnetic, Metallica.
Yeah,
he produced that one.
I knew he did Metallica.
It wasn't until just the last 2 or 3 albums that they found another producer. He's damn near produced every Slayer album.
Really?
Oh,
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, heck.
Effing Slayer.
That's right. Slayer. Heck yeah. All right, guys. Well, man, we good discussions tonight here. I mean, that took me down memory lane. I learned some stuff, remembered some stuff.
Smoking on hay in the middle of the barn.
Smoking on hay on Valentine's
We
Day.
did do that.
What's your favorite 90s rap album? Everybody won.
Oh, rap Chronic.
Chronic.
I go with Doggy Style.
Ah,
Welcome to the fabulous Carolina.
It's a tie. It's truly a tie between those two, if I had to be honest.
well, I'm gonna go Ghetto Boys. Gosh,
Yeah.
I can't
I'll be
remember
the
which one it
Eternal
was.
1999.
I'll pull it back. But it's a Ghetto Boys album from the '90s. My favorite album. Period. I'll have to pull it up and remember which one it was.
Is it the one where the what's the little guy? Bushwick Bill, where he's got the eye that's all jacked up because his girlfriend shot him?
No, it's the one with 6 feet deep on it. Go on, call yours out, Bradley, while I'm looking it up.
I'm going with You Can't Touch This, man. MC Hammer. That's what started it all for me, baby.
Hammer, don't hurt him.
I saw him live at the Murphy Center. You know who opened up? Vanilla Ice and a very unknown group called In Vogue.
In Vogue. Wow.
Oh,
That's pretty sweet right there, dude.
It was old Sammy Merriman. His mama took it.
Ghetto
man.
Boys, The Resurrection.
The
Hey,
Resurrection.
I'm familiar with
I
that
have
one.
to go.
I can put The Resurrection on one and play it all the way through.
Yeah. Creeping on the Come Up by Bone.
Yeah.
Probably, because I do love some Bone.
Me too.
You used to wear that out.
Man,
I mean,
wow.
that's part of the. That's really the only reason I know more than just Crossroads.
Yeah,
because of you.
absolutely. Here comes that mother.
Well, I know more than Crossroads because the first time I went to Cleveland, Ohio,
I
to
dash.
visit my stepmother's family, her youngest brother, took me under his wing and made me 3 mixtapes and turned me on to all kinds. I had no idea about Bone, and
The
I
Cleveland
left.
Boys.
I left. They did Brad didn't live far from East 1999. Straight up took me by the street sign. Hey, there it is. So yeah, I was really turned on to that because of him. He showed me. He made me. I'm talking about the old 120 minutes tapes.
All them
Both
ELP,
sides
extra long
filled
play.
up. Nothing but Bone.
You take that in ELP. That's what it was.
Come on.
Maxwell taped that.
I dash, I duck, then I hides behind a tree.
They can
Sure
the
the
popos
Don't see me. Paco says Space Pimpin', 8 Ball and MJG.
That Space Age Pimpin',
Space
baby.
Age Pimpin'.
Space Age
and
Pimpin'.
I thought
It's
Eli
like
would.
candy.
I thought Eli would say Bone because as much as we really listen,
Oh, yeah.
he would bring that. When we were riding there with you that night, Eli would bring that tape with him.
Yeah.
And we would listen to it in your car. And then he would always make sure to get that tape out of your car. And if we didn't, we would go back and get it the next day so we could ride around and listen to it. But Doggy Style, man, that one,
Yeah, that's probably my favorite album.
I rode to.
That's a
Album.
good
That
one.
is a
You know what I'm
phenomenal
saying?
Very good
album.
From 1 to 13 or however
When he
many
played
tracks
Murder
on it.
Was the Case on the MTV Awards right before he got arrested. I think he literally went and turned himself in after that performance. That was awesome.
Yeah. I rode, Joey Gillum took me to Tullahoma to get some school clothes or whatever. And of course, back in the day when you didn't have a lot of
Joey
money for
took you
gas.
school shopping?
Yeah. And I said, hey, man,
nice of him.
if you, Mom gave me $100 or whatever. So if you take me, get some couple pairs of pants and some shirts, I said, I'll buy you a Doggy Style when we go to a sound shop. Deal. So I bought him. I bought the explicit lyrics. I had a small goatee, so I thought I was 18. They didn't card me. Or they didn't card anybody really.
Then you went and bought me beer. Right?
Yeah, they went and bought you beer after that, exactly, as a sophomore. But yeah, man, and we rode around for after that probably 4 hours and listened to that tape over and over and over. It was great. It still is great, to be
Still
honest
is
with
great.
you. Man, that's one of those ones that hold up.
Oh, without a doubt.
To me, that holds up. The first Chronic holds up. Second Chronic holds up. Bone still holds up, to me, because you could release that album now and it would probably be number 1 within a day.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, but man, that was a good trip down memory lane. Good jump in the Wayback Machine. Learned some stuff. Like with Bradley. Oh yeah, they sang that. Okay, cool. I forgot, or I didn't know it, or was too drunk, and we told Bull that West Coast is the best coast.
Y'all did.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But I mean,
Well, we should know. I mean, we're the rap
If
experts.
anybody knows.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're going to get your rap advice, you're taking it from me and Travis.
Exactly. That's right. Well, Tooth, thanks for being here and spreading your rap knowledge on us, son.
Hey, man, I don't know much,
But you know music.
but I know a little bit about music.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's impressive because you can do this with hard rock or rap.
It's like Bradley.
Yeah, it's-
Well, I know you say you didn't, but you did. We had fun. It was good. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, you carry North Chronic as well. Good job, buddy. Eli, thanks for being here, sir. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Good to see you on a Tuesday.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was enjoyable.
Hey, I was pleasantly surprised when I pulled up and looked over and I thought you were fixing to tell me, hey, it's good to see you. I'm getting out of here. I thought you were leaving as I was showing up. And I was like, oh, you're sticking around. Cool.
He left his hat. Yes, sir.
Thanks for being here and do what you do, man.
Yes, sir.
Tony Gerald, Uncle Tony Gerald showed up in the peanut gallery.
That's my cousin.
That's your cousin. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Tony knows he's a rap aficionado.
Yep.
For sure.
Was over there.
Bradley, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
sir.
Third Tuesday in a row.
Absolutely.
Next week's is a lady show. She may not be here.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still
You
come
never
here.
know.
Yeah.
Maybe you should
As
be
Duke
here.
said, I can show up and entertain for an hour with
That's
anybody.
right. That's right.
Even the ladies. He can talk about menopause.
Oh, man.
For an hour.
Yeah. That's right. Until they get hot flashes. All right, guys.
I couldn't listen to them talk about menopause for an hour. I would just be like, hey, it's
Well,
good
no,
to see
because
you.
they all talk at the same time.
Well, it'd be a heck of a lot quicker. Get the arrow quick. All right, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. We're not doing a show this Thursday on the radio. There will be a best of. Bull has been cutting it down. Got some good snippets that he pulled from shows that weren't on the radio before. So you get the little insight what happened before we
Before we blew up for what we are today.
Yeah, exactly.
Our local stardom.
That's right.
Before they stopped cussing.
That's right. Next Tuesday, tentatively, we're going to do a ladies show. If not, we'll try to hook up with sports. Next Thursday, we got Misty and Tim Garrett coming in from Snap Fitness. Next Thursday. Not this Thursday, because it's Thanksgiving, but the next. So that should be a very
So the
interesting
first
show.
Thursday in December.
Come on. And then after that, we got Steve Jernigan. Yeah. Allegedly, we're going to Steve Jernigan.
If we have time for it.
If we have time.
If we have time. That's right. All right. Appreciate it.